always felt like, you know what I mean, no matter what, I felt like I was gonna have something to say. Like anybody who asked me about this podcast shit, when the whole thought process when we started, and I know she was on another tight space, whatever. My
Right.
whole thing was like, me and Ross like, yo, like in the day, who's talking for me? That's how I
Right.
always felt. Who's giving it up for me? Because I'm hearing shit, and I'm hearing Stephen A. Smith get shut down for saying if a woman hits you, that's not right. You know what I mean? And he got shut down and suspended. And where I'm from, that's how I feel. Like, dog,
Right.
where I'm from is women that hit guys. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, it felt like listening to this shit, it felt like, yo, dog, ain't nobody speaking for me. Who giving it up for me? As the everyday guy, we got a bunch of famous people or guys who did something else who's doing it. You got ex-basketball players, ex-rappers, battle rappers, comedians. You're not from what I'm from, or you don't know what it's like for me today. So when you
Right.
talking and you breaking this shit down, ain't nobody speaking for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that people who rock because end of the day, we talking for them.
I
You know what I'm saying?
also,
We coming from
yeah.
their space.
I
Right.
also think though, like even if man, as long as we alive, man. Listen, this shit, But like, if you could write a bar, you could write a book. You feel me? Like,
Right.
and if you can write a book, you can write a movie. Like, no matter what, if you fucking alive, dude was breaking down on IG. He was like, and I started doing it, and I put it in my 2020 goals, and I'm gonna share them, with y'all openly. Like, write a book, but like, I don't want to fucking. Who will sit down and do that? All right, so then I don't want to sit down and type note. He said, man, put your phone on record and just start talking to yourself. Do it on somewhere. Do it in the bathroom. Do it in the car. Do it for five. He said you'd be surprised with a 5-minute conversation. And then he broke it down in like a 2 or 3 minute video. Find your subject, find your whatever, and just do that periodically. So I said, hey, I'm gonna record 10 minutes a week. I ain't even put it up there. 10 minutes a week of myself talking about a specific subject matter. So just whatever, man. We creative. It don't even have to be like, they get signed to Rockefeller or something crazy like that.
Right.
It's what's Juice doing. It's organic and just
Then
something.
they got an app that will transpose your words for you for a fee.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Listen, bro.
And I mean, it's dirt cheap. It's something like 4 cents a paragraph or something like that.
Yeah,
But like y'all always,
go ahead.
the thing y'all always say, and like this is like therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like when we sit back here and
Oh, it
talk,
ain't like it is, bro. It ain't
yeah, no
nothing.
doubt.
Yeah.
Like I can't no way miss an episode. Like I really thought about when we was gonna when we did the episode we just did that Thursday. We was talking about doing it, and I was ready to tell y'all like, yo, y'all go ahead and do it, man. I'm caught up. But my selfishness was like, yo, no, they can't do this shit without me. I gotta be here. I need this. Yeah, I mean, this is me. This is.
So you made us to push it to Friday.
I didn't. Juice
That
had some
was
shit
selfish.
going on too.
No, don't do that. Don't blame that on Juice. Use the first
Juice had
one.
some shit going on too.
Use the
I
first
was
one.
about to tell y'all, like, go ahead if y'all want to do it, just go ahead. But like, I
mean,
like this shit.
I even think about like the shit that I do and how it applies to me and my brand, really merging and bringing that over here. Like I'm running studies so I can bring it here because it is that easy. Like you can edit, you can do everything on your phone. There's so many programs. I'm testing out this Facebook ad shit that's insanely working that I know is gonna work over here. But I'm also making sure I'm doing what I gotta do for me because I know it helps this and it's attached to what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's so you can get the money is there now. When we were trying to do it back in the day, it really like that's what niggas even ask. Like my barber be like, hey man, you getting money? You can get money off this shit? Like, yeah, nigga, you can get money off this shit right now. You gotta hustle, but you can go get the money. And so it's like, dog, this shit, you just gotta work like anything else, but it's accessible to you now. You can really turn up, bro. Like if you get 1,000 fans, you just need 1,000 fans that spend money on you. You can have a 6-figure fucking income, dog. Like you can have a 6-figure income and niggas be around you,
and mugs and shit.
Yeah, and dog, and beer and bitches loving it. Like dog, I went from when I first started this podcast, bro. I had no management. I was going in the studio doing my own thing. To today, I got a management team. It's A&R. We got an A&R team in the studio. We got producers in the studio. All this shit over time, like, has just grown into a team of people around to what you getting right now. Because I started pushing the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a motherfucker out there with his thumb out and he ain't doing shit, you don't want to pick him up. But you see me pushing the car, I'm pushing the car. And I start putting, like, hey, this nigga pushing, hey, man, you need some help? Yeah, I need some help. Then we start making conversation. Hey, what you do? Hey, I do. Oh, shit. Now we breaking bread, you know? So I went from, you know, again, I was there too, man. I was like, man, I'm going to make a career out the Navy. You know, fuck the music shit. It didn't work out. I said that one day, like, it just didn't work out to NBA Youngboy in the studio. You know what I'm saying? All the legends here in the studio, you know, that we've been around. I just, to working with all these fucking legends and being in these spaces. So sometimes, man, what I'm really saying is, to say what you said, Mike, we all got purpose. When God give you a purpose and an anointing, it's best you go do it, because he not gonna let you not do the shit. Like, you gotta do it. And it's like, it was just on me to like keep fucking. I was like, wow, like I could do so many other things, but it's like, nah, you gotta do this. Now I see why. But your gifts will make room for you, bro. Like cooking, like, bro, like, you're an amazing cook. You're a creator still. Guess what? That shit finna have you a millionaire out here, and you doing this. This shit gonna have you.
Motherfucking, dude, and I don't mean to be disrespectful with it, but like, it's just so, because Neef, you know, we've been saying this just before, like, speaking life into people. You might not even see it, but I don't even know you. But like, I know, and you feel it, right? So like the dude, Crab Boss dude on Instagram started just pulling up on Instagram with like the Crab Boil kind of thing out somewhere out of Maryland or whatever. He'll pop up. This motherfucker on a year later on Good Morning America with Key and all. Come on, y'all. Like, it's we really are living in that time where you not gonna have no choice but to level up. And whoever you is, I'm talking to you.
Right. And that's just like anybody who ain't around not doing, I can't understand it, because it's just, like you said, it's so accessible now. Whereas though anybody can get in, you get what I'm saying, to do something or have a hustle. You know what I'm saying? If you laying around, you asking me for $1 on the train, I ain't got that for you, cuz end of the day, I'm doing this, I'm doing the family, I'm working, you get what I'm saying? Like, and when I take on more, it's gonna be more than that. So it's like, dog, I can't respect you asking me for anything when I get up every morning, 4 o'clock, dog. I don't hit no snooze button or nothing. You know what I mean? We straight out the no matter how my night was. You get what I'm saying? So I can't respect somebody who asking me or looking for a handout when I see a bunch of men who, oh, my guys, we don't gotta be reminded. We on our shit. You know what I mean? But this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 85. I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, and I'm still calling cats broadish, and I'm still the Fat Boy Fly Guy. Holla at me.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka Corona Free. Stay the fuck away from me.
I've
been writing, yo. Book of
Bars.
Book of rhymes.
And this guy, Cool Mike, aka Dr. Mike, aka the People's Podiatrist, also known as your favorite foot doctor. They call me Crypto Cool, Drop Chip Shorty, Saturday Night Mike. I'm coming to you from the Prophetic Podcast, and we just some brothers talking shit. Yo, Kool-Aid.
I never can follow up behind that nigga's intro. What's going on?
You know it's a perfect blend, right? You know
it is.
You know the YouTube Hi Guys versus the Smooth Charm Guard shit is going to go like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And your shit always dope behind Jordan. Like, I'm glad I'm here before 9. Right? Like,
yeah.
Right.
That is how that shit's supposed to be. Hey man, it's your homie boy Jew, aka the Charm Guy, aka Juice, Big Beard Bandit, Big Beard Bully, Butterscotch, and pretty soon it's about to be Biblical Moment Charm God, 3 wives on the fucking farm with a house, because it's coming. I'm just saying.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
Hey,
now,
I'm here.
Now, what y'all experience was just everyday talk before the pod. This how I be. So that's what that was. However long that was.
That was a
Sorry.
glimpse of our group text. You know,
Right. Oh, yeah, no
live in
doubt.
the color. Like that's what that was.
And we had to put that on wax. Hey,
Yeah.
I wish he would have quit
this real
before
shit,
that,
I'm
though.
sorry.
I wish he would have
Like-
quit before that when he was on the phone, because he was really, really, really getting into some shit, just talking some music shit, and you know what I mean? We had a
Yeah.
nice little conversation while he was on the phone. What you saying, Cool?
No, I just get it. I'm just excited, man. Just because, just like we say, we talk about content or whatever, creating content, man. Just living in a generation where these words will live forever, these thoughts will live forever in a good way. So you'll
Right.
always, imagine having an OG or somebody that you revere that who's not here no more, just having words that live and last forever, man. Like just that, you know what I mean? And we be on it, and just being able to grow together, we be on it, bro.
And I gotta say this because I haven't said this in a while. It's a lot of podcasts out there. A lot of people out there doing their thing. I respect it. I listen to y'all shit. At the end of the day, we not competing, but I am just seeing the temperature out here. And I really, when I think about it, I really, content-wise, I really, really, really feel like it ain't too many doing this podcast shit that's talking some real shit like we talking. And call it cocky, call it what you want. I got love for everybody. We'll see you at the top. You know what I mean? We'll meet at the top. But y'all better be nervous, man. 'Cause
I agree. I think we necessary too. I think that this podcast, and I know, especially during these times as we progress on, man, like we really about to really be the voice that people need, bro. Like, cause for me talking like this with y'all, I've had people not even fuck with me or want me on their podcast.
For real.
and the chemistry on the beam. The chemistry is on the beam. We work together. Our chemistry is great.
Yeah.
That's hard to, like I said, I'm listening. I listen. I be, drop your podcast and I listen to stuff. And
my mother listens, and like,
Faithful.
that's great.
like,
That's your
right,
mama always
like,
comment on
faithfully.
Facebook, right? Yeah.
I don't be it's one thing to listen. Our family is a automatic supporting family. Like there's a level of expected support that
Period.
Terrell can vouch. We just you ain't never know a time in your life where that wasn't true. But it's
Right.
different to be like, hey, I listen to your podcast and I support you. To be like, yeah, I remember when you said on the podcast.
She will bring it up when we together. Like when we together, she's like, oh, when y'all said such and such, like, oh,
yeah.
Everything I post should be on it too.
Oh yeah, fact.
Everything.
Yeah,
Shout out
fact.
Mike Mom. Hey Mike.
Shout out to Aunt Darlene.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Queen
dude.
Darlene.
Yeah, dude.
Vanessa. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to your moms, man. I be talking reckless though. I be like, whoa.
You talking right?
No, we of an age though, bro. Like you, like if your fucking refrigerator go up, you gotta buy that shit. Once that happens, you can say whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And shout out to Miss Darla too. Miss Darla Stewart. She always show love. That's my work mama from down UT.
Oh yeah, she always
yeah. I love
Shout
Miss Darla, man. We used to have some of the wildest conversations, man. One of the
Shout
best
out my
people I know on this planet.
Shout out my sister Shaletta. Shaletta hit me up on a Tuesday, like, yo, where the pod at?
Yeah.
Like, yo, he about to drop it. Like, you gotta, I need this episode because she out there driving. She driving a bus or something, and she rock out and listen. She hit me like, she's like, where's it at? I'm like, yo, listen, bro, I had something to do. We ain't dropping till tomorrow. But man, shout out, of course, the Palmers and the Boguses.
Yeah.
And all the new people who shout out Shan, the Herp. What's her podcast name? Shout out Shan. Shan, what's up? You already know she be always dropping the joints. Shout out the group chat live, of course. That's our folks for real. You know what I mean?
But not forget your sister, because she always show love.
Cha-Cha?
I'm not allowed to call her that anymore.
Hey, her name Cha-Cha. She was born Cha-Cha.
She Cha-Cha to you, right?
Right. Marie Lynn, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who support, what we trying to do. Usually we Cha-Cha at the end, but, we're going to do this right now. All right, man. You already know, man. This Corona shit, man. We dropped listen, man, we love y'all, man, because we went out here and dropped the episode last week. Gave y'all about an hour. I had to cut that shit short, or we'd have kept going.
We'd have kept
going. You know what I mean? We gave y'all an hour. Now we back, man. So, that was Friday evening. that we dropped that.
Yeah,
man, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Man, we talking about
a lot has changed.
A lot.
No more than 50 people in a certain area. We got bars and restaurants.
Yeah, they talking
closing.
about 10, my G.
It went from 250 to 50 to 10.
10.
It went from ha to Jordan crying emoji in like a couple days.
Yeah, it's
wild. Hey, man, let me say this, bro. I don't think motherfuckers understand. Like, we talked about it, and on this podcast, we gradually went through from, I don't know, it's happening to, hey, emergency, hey, it's happening to here. And so let me kind of just break down what I think is happening. The paradigm is shifting. All the things that we've talked about, all the conspiracies that we talked about, this is the time where you're going to see what's what. You've never seen Nike shut down. You've never seen the NBA shut down. You've never seen any of these big organizations shut down.
Disney World, bro.
Disney World
is closed.
Apple
has closed their doors.
NFL
is still doing free agency.
Yeah.
It's been the highlight of all our days.
Yeah, right. WrestleMania they about to do WrestleMania in the performance. They got a little performance building. They gonna do that with no fans. So that's how WrestleMania gonna go down.
Yeah, like you've never seen it. So what I'm saying is, this is a time where I have leveled up in my knowledge. I've leveled up in my prayer, but I've also taken everything that I've ever read and learned about this shit that's kind of been predicted and start to go back through and wonder if this shit's true. What about this new world order shit? I ain't trying to scare people, but I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really big on martial law in the sense that, you know, they'll be in the streets doing all kind of crazy shit, but they may. This shit right here is a time for people to really pay attention. The global markets are fucking crashing now. This is definitely a time where people can come up. We got to be thinking about the come up, but I ain't there yet. But I really think, man, I told my wife, hey, man, you got to start emotionally, mentally getting prepared for what's coming and what's trying to be imposed on you, because best believe some shit about to be imposed on you. If you on them streets at motherfucking 8 o'clock and you ain't supposed to be, your ass can get snatched up. And if can't nobody talk or call or get in contact with you or find out what's going on, that could be a fucking wrap. You could just be detained. Oh, the shit finna get real. The shit's fixing to get real. I ain't trying to scare motherfuckers, but it's here already. Cause you're seeing mad. I mean, they just said, goddamn, in Houston, 8 o'clock tomorrow, nigga, bars, restaurants, clubs, closed. You gotta order out. So the next thing is gonna be curfew mandatory. Like, these are the times you gotta be in the house. And we don't even know for how long. They talking about kids ain't going back to school. They project April 11th.
I heard May 11th today.
Oh, wow.
For real?
Hold up, real
Yeah.
quick. Shan,
Somebody said, oh, yeah. But go ahead, bro.
The homie Shan just sent me something. All U.S. citizens are entitled to $700 USD per week to stay at home to avoid the spread of COVID-19 novel coronavirus starting from March 16th, 2020. The government grant pay is accessible to all, no matter employee status. She just sent me that. So
I got CNN on in front of me. That shit would have been breaking news. They would have cut in the goddamn commercial.
I don't know. She sent me the link and everything. Let me see.
I didn't hear that one.
Well, I don't know. It might be wrong. Then my bad. I might give you some false information. Because when I went to the drink, they ain't sure.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I mean, regardless, that's why for me, I had a lot of shit I was supposed to do, a lot of shit I was gonna pay for. It's maybe a couple things I'm gonna do, but hey, you know, I'm stacking my bread as I've been doing. I'm stacking. This shit might be a blessing because my family love to eat out, so it's a lot of shit.
Some of y'all motherfuckers about to start cooking.
Yeah.
And know what? What I've just read is a perfect example of how it's a lot of information, then you gotta weed through it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can sit back here and get something from my, oh shit, this is about to happen. And then it'd be like, sometimes, we don't do the research enough. We just kind of go off of it. And then it's like, oh, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So that's another issue.
I'm gonna go there. This brother's talking shit, and since we quarantine, it's only right that I do this. I personally believe this is what's happening. I believe that Trump is being made out to be a total fucking clown, which, you know, in some instance with
is
this
it deserved?
disease shit, I don't know yet, because this could all just be one fucking script that they running, you know, a play that they running. But I'll say this, you know, I think everything was great until this disease happened. They say he didn't do enough. He wasn't doing enough. Now he is. When I look at CNN, the propaganda is real. Like, they're pushing the narrative. Like, they're not even talking about the disease as much as they are on how much Trump fucked this up, how much he's in denial. They're pushing, listen, the liberal media is pushing this whole federal jump in because they love that. They want the federal government to jump in and put us in the house. They want big government. They want that kind of shit, bro. And I see it like, hey, y'all pushing this idea to where we're going to think the government being bigger and taking care of us is the right way to go. So you're going to sign away shit, just like how you get on your phone and you sign away rights for them to be all on your phone. Motherfuckers going to say, yeah, sign me away. Sign this off of me because this may be better for me. And I don't like that shit. I'm not saying the disease ain't real. I think it's real. But I think it's a lot of hype around it as well to start enforcing shit. Now you got China saying, hey, we ain't even had nothing to do with this shit. Like America did. Like, listen, bro, they're real officials. These aren't conspiracy theories. Their prime minister is getting on the fucking tube talking about, hey, America planted this shit over here to fuck us up. And their global markets is fucked up. I mean, the global market's fucked up. Their markets is fucked up. And I ain't gonna lie to you, if this continues, if that little back and forth continues in the midst of this, I can definitely see a conflict coming. And I'm saying that right now, like, that's gonna be an unavoidable conflict because now the whole world is saying, hey, China, you did this shit. We don't want to trade with you. We don't want to do anything with you. And China's like, hey, man, it's fucking up our money. Somebody did this shit on purpose. So
I think I feel you on that, but like I can't even pretend that I know enough about the news to follow what the narrative is on Trump. But like, you think he gonna lose if it's other than this? I think he gonna win.
Man, I think, hey dog, I'm predicting here, even though I want him to win, I think he's gonna lose, bro. I think he's gonna lose because the reason why I think he's a potential for him to lose, even though Biden and Sanders is trash. This virus is gonna put, depending on how this plays out. Now this is already March. So depending on how this plays out through the summer and how people's lives are affected and how people are not getting to do shit and inconvenience, if they can link that shit to him not doing what he needed to do off top, I think that shit could hurt him, bro.
I don't see it that way at all. And we rarely, and not because, like, I feel you, but people ain't coming to me. They rocking with him. First of all, it's a whole bunch of people that the same people is rocking with him, if not more people rocking with him. Period. That's true. That's off a jump.
That's true.
Then the other part of that is, like, it's wild because when we think when I remember the Great Recession and these auto industry too big to fail. And what they've done movies behind this shit, quantitative easing, basically putting money back into the system, pouring money into the system, interest rates lower. So in Trump, 4 years, people's 401ks and 403bs have gone up. Period. I don't give a fuck what you claim. If you got a paycheck and you invest your money or you invest your stuff in stocks and all that from an app or on your phone or in your paycheck, your shit went up under Trump, period, right? So big business went up too, like, and so when people not paying, that's the shit, people pay attention to the virus shit, but the shit people don't pay attention to is this about to be a sell-off and buy-up. Like, so you better buy some shit. You about to they about to lend money for no percentage. What the fuck? I gotta look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't doing enough out here. But no, they about to. Why? They've already done it. They already dumped money. I didn't even know we was that
0% interest rates, $500 billion today.
Per this Federal Reserve. That's from the Federal Reserve.
Now, is you hurting a lot right now, Corona? Now we understand shit about to be slowed down for a few weeks and we don't know how long, but you're not hurting, right? You got the DNA of your ancestors, right? And so you good more or less. That's not to brag. That's to say that we might somehow people might see a little bump from a financial standpoint, money wise. But like the fact is, the reality is, shit ain't really no different than it was a couple of days ago for the individual. And so there's a chance that not only you ride this out just like regular black people normally ride out shit, right? But that you also, if you're smart enough and position yourself, you could come up behind this shit. And it's all gonna probably be done under a Trump presidency. How about that shit?
All right, now let me ask you this. Could the person or whoever's behind this had known that this was going to play out how it played and it benefits them in some way?
Yes.
Yeah, it's chestnut chicken. They couldn't manufacture another war, right? So this is the equivalent to wartime. Like they couldn't manufacture a war to where it's a fire sale and everybody in a panic. When you got war, that's when those big corporations, the commodities, they can almost get pennies on the dollar in return because the Federal Reserve is going to buy them out. They're going to support them. This is equivalent to that because they can't manufacture war. They tried 3 times? It was Syria, Russia. What was the other one? One of them other countries. So they weren't able to manifest a war. So this is the closest thing. This is Iran. This is the best thing. This is the next best thing right here.
And remember World War III was supposed to happen? Jordan is right. World War III was supposed to happen. That was this year, last year.
Last year. The end of last year.
They had to find something, bro. They had to find something, bro.
Hey, Jordan, welcome to the pod. You right on time. 9 o'clock, baby. You know how you do.
Hey, time, I agree with you, Jordan. I definitely think that this is all manufactured. And again, I think that Trump is handling it a great way. I think that if he's smart, which I kind of think they are, I think that they could definitely take over. Remember I was talking about global manufacturing? Listen, all those masks that we need are made in China. They don't want them home. So now they're trying to figure out how to do that shit. I think there's a lot of ways business-wise he can salvage this shit and make this shit pop, and I'm agreeing with that.
Right.
But I'm just looking at, and I'm for him. I'm a Trump supporter because of that. But I'm just looking at the temperature of like stupid niggas and fucking the liberal media. I know I sound real conservative, but it's true. Getting on here pushing propaganda.
You saw me say I hate CNN the other day. You peeped it like, shit is wild. I just can't bring myself to watch Fox News.
man, I'm an independent. Let me say it. Like my belief systems and everything as I mature align as an independency because understanding like what just following behind a Democratic Party has meant don't mean nothing. It don't really mean nothing in general, especially blindly, or you vote because your parents was a certain way. By the same token, I can't rock with a lot of the social shit that some of the Republican stuff do, but like it makes sense the way certain things do align. If we talking on here, you just scripted our words and took out certain anecdotal words that we use, you would think it's a bunch of Republicans on here on some level. Because certain shit, look, I want to work hard behind my shit. I ain't gonna let no nigga. I'm gonna go to work. I'll get up 4 o'clock every day, and you can't beg the shit out of me as a Republican. You know what I mean? Sentiment, like that's real talk. So,
like, so it's funny because when you step into different social statuses, and then you start making whatever a certain level of income, and then you start digging down to what really fucking matters. right? And I watched the joint last night, and we're not a political podcast, but we can get our shit off anyway, right? I watched the motherfucking the debate last night, and I seen two old ass 80-year-old men sitting there arguing about Roe v. Wade, arguing about some shit that did you vote on there in the early 80s, early 90s. Different, like, this shit was insane, the shit that they was arguing about. Shit that I don't give two fucks about, right? Abortion ain't going nowhere. News fucking flash. Y'all just need something to talk about. Like, skip that shit. Like, who gives a flying fuck? It's not going nowhere. Even if you outlawed it, it wouldn't go anywhere. Right? You know what I'm saying? It was getting done before without shit. It would get done now with some shit. Like, cut it the fuck out. Like, socialism is a wild idea. Let me tell you what ain't going to happen in the United States of America. Fucking universal health care. Let it go. It's never going to happen. You know why? Because this country was built on two things: slavery and capitalism. That we are able to do the things that we're able to fucking do. Slavery and capitalism, you can't get away from it. Well, slavery ain't coming back. And guess what we fucking got? Capitalism, right? We have the country where you can have a $3 drug and make it $300 the next day just because you fucking feel like it, right? But the only problem with what that was, if it was herpes, nobody would have gave a fuck. But since it was the big C, people cared a little bit more, right? Or it was HIV, people fake cared, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, shit's ridiculous.
Oh, you potting today.
Oh, yeah.
Potting today.
Hey, bro,
I didn't know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead,
that's a good point. All of those points are antiquated that they were. I ain't even watched that shit last night.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it's all antiquated with those talking points that they address, while other issues are fucking going further and further into the shit. What I did notice, and this was pretty fascinating yesterday, was that one thing that was exposed, and I think this was a part of Trump's plan, is that algorithm that Amazon operates on has been exposed to another level, to where they can fucking basically create their own market price based off of need, and there's no regulations to that shit, and the motherfucker don't pay no taxes. They gonna come for Bezos' ass, and ultimately I think that's what Trump. That's a part of his agenda anyway. He want to get him out the way. That's new money. They ain't a big fan of new money, but this shit is fucked up, bro. This shit is fucked up. When you seen that Federal Reserve giving out loans at 0%, you don't like that. Yo, we only a week in. We only a week in.
Right.
Hey.
But you better get out later.
Yeah.
We only a week in, and they said, fuck it, the money free.
It was so quick. It was so quick. I was like, damn, is that fucked up?
Right. That's a planned thing right there. That's not a reaction.
Hey, they planned it out in the fucking we talked about this already. We ain't know the specifics, but they planned it out a year in advance. What will we do for a pandemic? The dude, you can find that shit on YouTube somewhere. I don't know who he was, but he was either from Johns Hopkins or Microsoft or one of them places. And in the round table, basically in the end, to paraphrase, he basically was like, we got to liquidate. We need capital to fund the research, to fund this after we recognize the pandemic and blah, blah, blah. So the money had to come from somewhere. And I'm saying, like, you got to catch the bag. Like, not even on no selfish shit. Like, I just so happen to be righteous. I think everybody on this podcast just so happen to be righteous. So you better catch that bag and be righteous with it. Jesus wasn't broke, nigga.
No, listen, hey, cool.
Hold on, y'all fighting for the MVP right now. What's going on? This the All-Star game. Y'all fighting for the MVP?
Listen, hey, if you're gonna do any type of righteous work, you need money. Now, what you do with the money, how you handle the money, is all on you. But you have to do right. Look, Jesus. It said that Jesus' dad was a carpenter for the wealthy. Basically, his dad was a carpenter for the wealthy. When they say
behind all that, he was a Jew. You ever met a broke Jew?
No.
Oh,
no. Not only that.
Y'all partying for real tonight.
They said it says in the Bible it wasn't no room at the end. That's why he had to go to the shit with the animals, because it wasn't no room. When they say he couldn't afford it, It just wasn't a room. So listen, bro, you gotta have the paper. We gotta get to the bag. And we're gonna have to start looking at how we do families different. We're gonna have to do this shit a little different to get to where we're trying to go. Man, y'all niggas on that shit tonight. I'm with that for sure.
Yeah, y'all gonna go. Yeah, how y'all just stop? What the fuck just happened?
I mean, you know.
Oh, you said so.
I didn't say nothing.
You said y'all gonna go, so I paused.
I'm gonna tell you something else though. I do think this was on purpose. I think we gotta get to the bag. It's gonna be money given out. You gotta get your shit together. This is a great time for you niggas to get that credit right. You gotta start getting all kind of shit right. Okay, not just having money. You gotta get your credit right. Get you some land. Because you're going to need the land. You better learn how to work that land. You're going to have to learn how to farm and shit. Now, I ain't trying to just talk on this whole living off the grid shit, but I'm just being real. Like, this is putting you in a time where you got to kind of start thinking differently and understand what Trump is doing. Understand the political process. I said some shit. Y'all probably seen it on Facebook. Niggas got mad when I was like, Trump 2020. Bayou Sanders trash. Oh, here come the old field niggas. Here they come. Oh, here come the field niggas that don't want to lead a plantation. Oh, Massa, don't say that about our Massa. Don't say that about Sanders and Biden. Oh, he feed us. He good to us. He want to let us sit at the lunch counter. I hate you niggas. I hate you non-reading, dumbass niggas. When this shit pop off, y'all need to be the first niggas they take the fuck away because y'all stupid. Y'all don't let Biden and Joe Biden is a motherfucking pedophile. You got motherfucking Sanders is a guy, he about to tip over any day. He's from Vermont. How many niggas you think in Vermont? You think he really like your black ass? He don't even see niggas up there. He don't even give a fuck. He ain't seen a jar of TCB ever. Man, you niggas stupid. You niggas dumb.
Hey.
Ain't nothing like hooping. We ain't got to run no plays. Like, we just
no offense. Right.
Everybody just hooping, right.
People don't even want to be my friend. Look, first off, I don't give a fuck. Y'all see my niggas. Y'all see my niggas right here. I got homies. They don't want to be my friend or fuck with me because get out of here. You're talking about Trump. What are you trying to prove? Here's what I'm trying to say to you stupid niggas. And I'm talking to you like that because you're dumb and you need to be talked to like that. Lyndon B. Johnson was from Texas. Lyndon B. Johnson was a Dixiecrat. Who are the Dixiecrats? The Dixiecrats was the Democratic Party before the Civil Rights Bill was signed. Mm-hmm. Yes, the Dixiecrats were Southern Democrats who hated niggas, and they still hate niggas. Now, many of those did go to the Republican Party. They switched. Ronald Reagan was one of them. Many of them switched over and went over there. However, they wised up over time, said, you know what? Ain't no money in that racism shit. Ain't no money in that shit. Even though we hate niggas, we need to get this bag. All that matters to us is green. The Democrats said, we're going to act like we like niggas, but we still on some hate nigga shit. And we're going to come up with policies that keep them where they're at so we can have the money up here and make it seem like we love everybody. That's the kind of shit that they be on. Lyndon B. Johnson, who was a fucking racist, was the reason why you niggas got the rights you got right now. So what you talking about with Trump? Like, you don't like what he feels and what he says. You don't like how he feels, but he giving you bread. He getting you to the bag because you're still a fucking American. Only you niggas are hung up on dumb shit. Yes, racism exists. The white man still on that bullshit, but you can't go get a bag. You sitting on this, look at this podcast. You got a nigga, Real, he got his own business. You got a chef here. You got a doctor here. You have Jordan, a family man, businessman, what he's doing. You got me, an independent businessman. Ain't nobody got a hose on me. Ain't no dogs out here running around. That's Biden and them still trying to push that old narrative that you niggas are victims. You're not a victim. Go get the money. We can go get the money. I'm not fucking with the Democratic Party. I've given them up. I don't fuck with Bill Clinton. I don't fuck with Hillary Clinton. They racist. They're rapists, they're Marxists, they're socialists. This is very fucking true. I don't fuck with that shit. And they don't fuck with black people. They're not good for us. Fuck them.
Yo, from every episode now, we just gonna give Juice like a soapbox 5 minutes to just get whatever the fuck he got on his chest.
Yeah, call it.
Yeah, because he good for one of them, boy. Now, like, he a first. See, now, we a good squad because everybody play even, but then Juice had a good first half. And then Cool in the second half take over. So long as we got y'all two and y'all doing y'all thing, then I'm just going I'm gonna get my sister.
You know what's the funny part? That man sit in the church and he said Jesus wasn't broke, nigga.
Yo, that might be the name of this episode.
And that's on some looking in the mirror shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, I say it. I got the saying. I say it was a half joke, but all truth, right? The narrative was created that Rosa Parks was this frail old lady when she was like, and she was my age. She was in her early 40s on the back of the bus, right? Now you know we ain't frail and old at 40 something. The narrative was created that Jesus was a carpenter and that he just was broke and all that stuff and all that. The fact is, if you switch it and understand the energy he was on, the vibe he was on, the Nipsey Hussle entrepreneurship spirit, it's all the same energy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking in the mirror.
Right.
I don't have to be like, woe is me, here you go, and I need to just stay my humble servant self. And I can be big. I can be like, this is mirror talk to me. So I had to say, Jesus wasn't broke. Like, so if you're trying to model that behavior or that energy or that vibe or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Even if Jesus ain't your belief system, whatever it is, you could tune into that energy, that vibe, and part of that is the attraction of riches, whether you believe it's material or spiritual or otherwise. That's just the type of vibe. That's just what I'm on right now.
Y'all niggas. Ooh, I love when y'all like this. Okay, y'all want me to take over now and say some shit? All right, solid. So to get back to the coronavirus a little bit, we do have come to find out Idris Elba came up with it's like more people popping up. I know in Jersey for a fact it went from like 70. It might have the number just like doubled in Jersey in like a day, it seemed like, of cases. But we got Tom Hanks and his wife got the coronavirus, and Idris Elba came out and said he got the coronavirus. He done got Stringer Bell. What else happened? I don't understand that Rudy Gobert and people being mad at Rudy Gobert shit. Maybe I missed something, Jordan. You might be more informed. Somebody else might know something.
You definitely.
What happened?
Nah.
What was?
He was being careless with it, right?
Yeah, so, I think that was the whole shit.
It was just the whole. Just the whole. What's the name thing out front? Was it just that?
Well, they saying in the locker room
too. In the locker room too.
But he knew he had it. He didn't know he had it.
No,
right?
He didn't know he had it. But the fact that you was just going around coughing on people because you thought the shit was cute and fucking funny, and then you come out to have it. Right. So you don't know who he gave it to because he was being careless.
Right.
All right. That's what it was. Okay. Like I'm like, damn, what did he do? Did he go somewhere?
So somebody gave the example of like they say, what if somebody touch your bottom lip with their finger or some shit like that? You'd be mad as shit. You'd be ready to fight somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really on some D'Angelo Russell shit. That's what I compare it to. You was being reckless. You was being reckless as shit.
Right.
He being
real reckless find out
with that
you
whole
had
situation.
It, right? Yeah. Because I'm even hearing to the point where they saying like, and we might have talked about this last time. I'm not sure if we did, but they saying like, yo, it's a good thing that they're not the teammate together right now because it would be a real issue as far as him. And I think we were talking about on the last one on the Corona
drink. Yeah, we did.
Right, like they said, like, yo, he might not even be there next year after that shit. And we talking about somebody who was a defensive player of the year. You know, you're a big part of that team.
So what? They wasn't going to win anyway. Like
that part too.
He ate the piece.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? He ate the piece.
I ain't gonna hold you. I am a little in my feelings like they trying to take my league championship away.
Yo,
I do feel like that. A little tiny bit of me like.
Are they taking LeBron? They taking LeBron championship away?
I heard that some of the pro basketball in Asia is starting to return. That they ain't got to the point back of playing games yet, but they've been mulling around the idea of playing games without crowds again because some of them are recovering. So if you figure that's the truth, we just gotta. You hate to talk in terms of a matter of fact, but it is what it is. You just gotta wade through the physical part of it. If it's, real or otherwise, is apparently going to come in a way where people at the big shit, they said the spike gone down and they talk about playing games again.
So they said the NBA could really push into August for real. You know what I mean? They season or whatever if they need to.
And I think I think they've been thinking about pushing the season back towards that anyway. So I think they always kind of wanted to see how it would go if they did put the season back, because everybody always say, like, why don't the season start till around Christmas time? So I think that was always an idea that they can possibly, see how it would, going into the summer with this opportunity.
So I got a question though. So when they say
anyway.
Yeah, I hate baseball. My Orioles been sorry for.
Give me basketball in July. You make me happy as shit with that one.
Oh yeah.
My Orioles been bad for a long time, bro. I got a question about so they saying China is almost back up and running, but are they speaking about the entire continent or the entire country of China or just those cities? Because the
early cities.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was like, yo, it's a lot of people over there. How they all back up and running?
But shit, you gotta think though, dog. Wuhan, that's still that was what, 3 months, 4 months? Dog, that means if that's what we gotta look forward to, nigga, this lockdown shit and all that could be up until till May, June.
Yeah, the breaking news was that Governor Cuomo of New York said that he wants President Trump to activate the military and mobilize. New York.
What we doing, Cuomo? What you doing?
Jordan, did you mean to hit mute in the middle of your...
Well, no, I was saying, what Cuomo talking about? He ain't the feds. How can he called for an executive order for the military to come in?
He going
Am I the only one hearing they calling the National Guard and all that?
No, that's real. That's easy. The National Guard is supposed to do what they're doing right now. When you say the military, that's when you start, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, when you start saying domestic. Yeah. Right. Well, there it is. New York governor to Trump, mobilize military.
So is he trying to get martial law? What is it?
That's what it sounds like. But, I believe that's coming. Because motherfuckers just ain't going to do. So here it is. My homegirl, I seen her post on Facebook. They closing down schools and people got to make a living. We way beyond that.
Yeah, you want to live.
What do you mean make a living?
You don't want to get sick.
Everybody should just pause the shit that's going on. Don't ask me for my mortgage payment next month.
Right.
BG&E, kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying?
They
y'all got enough money. You know what I'm saying? To let this shit rock, yo. That's my issue. Right? Anything other than greed is greed.
I said, pause the word. Fuck it.
My job is a place. My job is a place that we have a cafeteria, but we not really there to make money. You know what I'm saying? We're basically break even. And it's they just gave us off, or we off tomorrow, and we'll see after that. You know what I'm saying? It's what is we open for?
Hey, nigga, listen.
It's not making no sense.
If it's not an essential bill, you got to pay your mortgage and car. What the fuck they gonna do? They gonna come out and take it during this time? Hey, some of you, if you need to keep that money, listen, you got to get to that. Listen, 10 racks. If nobody has it now, let me give you a number. And it's a small number. Get to a place where you have at least 10 racks just in your fucking account. It's got to be there that you have. This is a time niggas going to have that cake. You don't know how you're going to have to move, where you're going to have to go, what you're going to have to purchase, what you're going to have to barter. Got to start thinking, we are so convenient. We're such a convenience-driven nation and group of people that we forget about how to survive. If we had to get out right now and go kill some pigs and shit and slaughter that motherfucker, could we do it? Could you do that shit? It sounds crazy, but you kind of got to get there. But it starts with the money for sure. So
I went vegan. I could just grow some spinach.
So
what you gonna do for the first? How long do it take to grow spinach? Jordan, you got to figure out.
No, but all that. If you fish, you know how to gut a fish. Yeah. All that
right. Shit.
I'm sniping Bambi off my back porch.
You said you know what?
I'm sniping Bambi off my back porch.
That's what you got out there?
Oh, for sure. I got everything.
Oh yeah, Rel got the venison on deck.
Yeah.
Nigga, we talking survival. Now, only thing is I gotta hit my plug. I gotta make sure I got enough greens. But at the end of the day, bro, get your bank right. Start really thinking. Me and my wife, we've had some conversations about things as far as certain splurges that we won't really be doing no more. Certain play, we've had goals anyway. Like I said, $1 million this year. We touching $1 million, but
You know what I'm saying? All that shit, man. Hey, get your finances right, man. Stack that bread up. Learn how to plant some shit. Jordan, you on the right idea. I'm really considering going plant-based. I think it's smart right now. Leave that meat alone. Get your immune system up. Take your vitamin C, you know what I'm saying? Get your vitamins on. Drink a lot of water, you know what I'm saying? Getting the Dr. Sebi's message, you know what I'm saying? What he talking about? Black people, I'm talking to you. I'm really talking to you because you're going to survive this shit. This shit ain't finna kill you like that. This shit, they're going to be testing us to see how the fuck we survive this shit and why they fucking died off. So we need to be prepared for everything that's coming.
My man was a Navy SEAL. He said today when we was in the meeting, he was like, yo, he said, this ain't about you or us, right? Like, he said, you gonna be all right. Because, you know, we had a trip planned and everything. He was like, yo, this ain't about you or us. Yo, he liked that, though.
It's some non-cooking motherfuckers out here that if they had to do it, boy, there's some women out here, boy. When them oodles and noodles run out, shit'll get real for their ass, boy. God damn.
I made some banana Fosters today. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, sir.
So what if you had to, right? Let's say we had to, for the sake of saying it, you had to lock in for 2 weeks. You get everything in your crib work, but you just basically had to stay on your premises for 2 weeks. What do you absolutely positively need to get through that 2 weeks? And before we all say that, I just want to say, it sounds good. Everybody, oh yeah, 2 weeks in the house. That's 2 weeks in the house with my wife 24/7. I love her to death. 2 weeks in the house with my kids 24/7. I love them to death. It ain't as easy as it sounds. That first day or so might seem all right, but a weekend, we all ready to get the fuck out of here. But I'm curious as to what y'all feel like, it's a must have to get through 2 weeks.
A revolver with one bullet, because I ain't gonna make it.
But we can hear there's a lot going on in your house. Weekly.
Internet.
I was about to say Wi-Fi. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. Like a good Wi-Fi, everybody could be. You could come together to entertain. Everybody can entertain themselves when it's time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of your research can go on. All that.
Work can go on. Right.
Work continues.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I need, yeah.
Yeah. I need some nuts to eat popcorn. I need some liquor. Cause I ain't with the bullshit, but I'm gonna need some liquor. And like you said, I'm gonna need that I'm gonna need to holler at my guy and make sure I'm right. Cause I might need to zone out. You know what I mean? Good food. Listen, we gonna spark that grill up. You know what I mean?
I said it today. I said, yo, I gotta give me another motherfucking propane tank. You know what I'm saying?
No, you gassing it, bro?
Your joint only gas?
No.
I thought it was a charcoal.
It's both. It is.
Oh,
both.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought you showed me that.
Yeah. Bro, I don't have time for that.
The spark him up.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
I ain't mad at you.
I had some pork chop. I got both. Right? And I mean, literally, the choker, this is my first dual grill, right? And I bought it after my man passed away. No, I bought it right before he passed away. Rest in peace to my brother, Chris. I bought it because he had the joint. He said, bro, I can just go out there and throw something on there real quick, keep it moving. I'm like, man, I ain't fuck with that shit. The charcoal life for me, son. I went and bought that motherfucker. I ain't used the charcoal side yet. It is wildly convenient and quick. I go out there, turn that motherfucker, click, get the goddamn going, shit going, keep it moving, bro. It'll change your life. Watch, I tell you, you would grill more. They made pork chops tonight. And I was like, ooh, I don't want no baked pork chop. I'm a goddamn gonna throw me some grill shit out there. Click. 15 minutes.
It ain't the same, bro. You might as well have baked it to me, I think. I feel like.
You think bacon and grilling is the same regardless of?
I don't think when you grill on a gas grill, you're grilling.
Huh?
You what?
What?
That's how I feel about it. You don't got that taste. You don't got that barbecue taste to it, bro.
I actually agree with you, D. I know what's being said here, but I feel.
I'm not mad at.
But even
you talking about
the
charcoal taste? You talking about the charcoal taste?
He wants that smoke taste.
Oh,
I got the smoke taste. I got chips. They go on the grill.
What you mean?
Smoke is smoke, yo.
So you saying would you put them in another container or something, or how do you do that?
Yeah. Smoke is smoke.
Well, I mean that might be something I had to try, but I'm just really like pro. No, I'm.
Like I said, as am I. But like it just there's no way I'm getting out there messing with charcoal tonight, making the mound.
I can dig it. I can totally dig
it. Yeah, nah.
Right. I got a charcoal only, and Ralph actually put me down when we was up the house, and just you know what I mean, because of the convenience of it all, and like you know you sneaky, you are half an hour in when you even starting the fire with the charcoal, so you know
You can get it done quick. I got totally dig it. I'd rather
keeping it a buck. That's why I was running late because I had to get some food. You know, I'd be in between. You know what I'm saying? Shit going on, so I had to cook. But like charcoal, we be just getting started. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Like I'm just funny. Like I just rather take my time and do it. Like I'd love like like have you ever just been outside and smell somebody else's shit like? You be mad like, damn, why ain't somebody good today?
For sure.
So it's that feel. But if you can give me that with the what's the name thing, I might consider it. But I'm still a charcoal guy.
But most of the time I'm smoking at this point as well. So like I normally use the grill just to finish it off, just for the conversation and grill marks. Yeah, I'm up there. Like so for me, it was like, let me go ahead and smoke the meat, throw it on the grill, get that caramelization on the sauce. We straight to the plate.
Right, no doubt. Y'all tell me about this Andrew Gilliam thing.
I'm so glad this brother home, bro. That food sounded so good just now.
Jordan, it's more to life than noodles, baby. Come on now, baby.
Yo, chill.
Let's be noodled out, man.
Jordan come over here and glutton for punishment.
I'm eating salmon and rice right now, boy.
Oh, all right, my bad. Every time I see you just got noodles, bro. You can't blame me because I don't know your life.
No, because I be eating the noodles because I've been trying to stay off the meat. It's not the noodles aren't good for you though. I just be trying to eat shit and get off the meat.
And hold up, while we talking about it, yo, ask your brother why I knew him all these years. He ain't never cooked for me one time, yo. Ask your cousin that, yo.
For real?
Never cooked for me one time, nope.
You ain't never had the burger? You ain't had the burgers yet?
When I'm around Hanif, he make the burgers.
I was about to say he cooking.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, this guy will not cook for me all these years. I've never, especially in the streets, like at home, nah.
Bro, never. I love the way you cook. Like you should really wear this as a badge of honor. Like,
yo, you got.
No, I want to know about the burgers that everybody talks about.
Yeah, you gotta get.
I make the burgers because you're not here. What are you talking about? What the fuck? Like, why don't you get that? I already told you. When you come down, what I tell you? What I tell you?
I'm cooking.
Exactly.
You guys want to come to your house and cook?
This ain't no fucking vacation for you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can't deal with you.
Vacation at the house? Like,
I can't deal with you, yeah.
I expect y'all to just walk in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Wash my hands, go in the refrigerator.
Your slippers are literally right here at the door.
Yeah, you keep telling me that too. You keep telling me that. Look, my sister came to the crib. She was like, "Bro, you got some slides for me?" I said, "All right, here you go." I gave her my personal drinks. I ain't even wore them for real. Just took them joints out. Don't worry, they'll be there waiting for you. They waiting for me, so we good. But tell me about this Andrew Gilliam thing, man. I'm not too familiar with it, but I know y'all guys want to hit on this.
How that nigga's trash.
So who is he? I don't even know who he is.
Andrew Gilliam is one of these other niggas that people got behind just because he's black and he's smart and can talk well and was supposed to run. And I think he came pretty close to winning being governor in Florida. And so that's about as much as I know about him politically. Politically, he's been someone again that black people seem to get behind because that's what we do. You black and you doing some shit, we all champion behind you, even if we don't know you or know what you're about. And he was running for governor. That was his claim to fame. He's supposed to be one of the guys that could potentially get in and win. Seems to be a pretty good politician. But let's get to what this nigga did a couple of days ago.
With a wife and a few kids too.
Let me note this: he has a black wife. I'm all about that black family, and he's got some kids and some sons, which makes this even more despicable. This nigga was in a room with a nigga that OD'd on some meth. They had to call the police. He alleged that 911 ambulance, and he alleged that he was in there for a wedding and some shit, and they was basically, that's it. Hey, we was at a wedding party, and we interfered. He drank too much, and he had some motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know what was going on. Now, he left the scene too, by the way. But it all comes out.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, I guess just because,
he had to leave the scene.
He had to leave. Now, here's the thing, but we ain't gonna call him nigga Drew, by the way. He's just Andrew. He don't get cool shit like that. But Andrew was cause my name is Andrew, so I'm Drew, and he can't be Drew. But this nigga, it comes out later that the dude is a gay male escort, and he was in the room. Now, we had already kind of said, well, not we, actually Cool, the prophet came out first and said it was probably gay meth sex. And you want to know something? I totally believe that off the as soon as he said it, like, yo, that's probably so true. And well. You've got a motherfucker in the fucking hotel room that is now a gay fucking male escort popping meth. And get this, now he's saying he's gonna go to rehab, and he's exiting politics for the foreseeable future. He gotta go to rehab for drinking. Now, this is how you know when some shit about to pop off. First thing a nigga say is they gonna go to rehab for some shit they wasn't going to rehab for before. So it's like,
that's some keep your wife shit.
Man, listen, bro. He's gay. Let's just go ahead and get this out the way. He's gay. We're not saying anything wrong with you niggas that want to be gay.
We're not.
Listen, let's have a heart-to-heart right now as black men. Let's come to the table as black men. Other black men, we are telling you from a straight black man, brother, if you want to be gay, go be gay, brother. We are not judging you. But what y'all gotta stop doing is poisoning the pussy population. If you want to be gay and you gonna be gay. But don't take that dick and put it over, because look, at my age, we're not using condoms no more, man. We fucking these women. When we meet these women at my age, we're fucking raw.
Nah, he going for another 5. He got it.
We don't need you to bring that shit over here into the pussy population, because you know that that's happening. Because you're not telling your old lady that you're gay, and you know that you're fucking her raw too, and you know what can float around in those communities. And that's not a stereotype. It happens.
We all know you can't be married and tell your wife, "Oh, I'm gonna start wearing condoms now."
Nah, but
you better not listen. You better not have a condom nowhere near you married. Period.
But listen, bro. Here's the fact, and we could talk medicine. I'm not saying that HIV is a gay disease, but it's very prominent in gay communities, male communities. How do we know this? When you look at the PrEP commercials, when you look at all the HIV commercials that are promoting PrEP and all this other shit, they're catering to an audience. They'll tell you statistically. So I don't need anybody sensitive getting on here to, he said, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is,
what they gonna say, Juice?
Like, listen, bro, don't poison the pussy population. It's niggas out here that we just want pussy, bro. Andrew Gilliam, you need to be yourself. If that's what you want to do, brother, you could have came out and just been as a gay man and ran your campaign. You can do that today.
And probably
still win. Now, you have a family, you got 2 sons, you got a daughter, you're living a lot. You were in it. Let me tell you something. No straight man. Man. First off, let me say this, and I don't want to offend nobody. I'm not even into running trains. I'm not even into 2 men in the same room when I'm in the box. Like, it's only me. Like, I don't even do that. So I'm not going to just be in the whole. Now, listen. Now, if I'm with my homeboys, and let's say it was us, and we was partying in the hotel room, we going to drink, and we going to go out. You're not going to come see us still in the hotel room ODing on shit. Like, it's just
right.
Something wrong with that scene. Listen. Listen, I love all four of y'all. Y'all not doing meth. You're not doing meth around me. Dog, I need to be somewhere else. I'm not present for meth.
Meth.
Basically.
You better be talking about Method Man, like Method. Oh, he coming through. Oh, he coming through. He doing the what? Oh, all right.
Doing lines and shit like that. You wildin'.
Nah, I'm not with it. I am not with it.
Okay, then we got a fucking party and we're in the room. Let's say we're gonna stay in the room. And it ain't no bitches? Like we ain't got no bitches to even pick from? So we just gonna party in here without no hoes? Nah, man.
I ain't got the hotel room door open trying to see who walking by.
Right,
Nah.
yeah. You have a balcony like,
lobby.
shorty down there.
I can see if it's like if the game on or if it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you just getting it, or you playing cards or something, playing spades, busting the spades out. But y'all just getting together as a eightsome, doing crystal meth, taking y'all shirts off with 8 gay dudes with you. No.
Oh, the shirts was off? Oh, that's something that you just added in.
I don't know. Shit, I ain't never did crystal meth.
Yo.
Every crystal meth nigga I seen had their shirt off.
I thought I read shirtless somewhere, and I don't know.
Y'all enjoy it. Don't glance over there. He said every time I read meth, somebody got their shirt off. It's like a requirement to do meth.
Yeah. Every time you see one of the meth heads, fucking mug shot, they ain't got no shirt on. And they on the curb and shit.
And I read somewhere that because they was like, I ain't know black people did meth, but apparently meth is like gay. It's a
drug.
young gay
Yeah.
Young gay.
Well, they said that's what what's the dude in Atlanta, the white dude that they keep killing all the little male prostitutes. In California. He killing all the male prostitutes.
With meth?
They say he always giving them crystal meth.
That's wild.
Listen, that man was in that room fucking that dude or getting his dick sucked, and they was taking meth. He got caught. Now his wife is gonna listen, sisters.
Hey, bro, you can't come back home, bro. He can't come back home, bro.
Black women.
If she got brothers,
so we going to rehab. Rehab for what?
Yeah, if she got
dick,
brothers,
which one? Like,
if she got brothers or her father's still alive, there's no way he can come back in that house, man.
That's just.
Well, he might be the money man though. You never know. Like,
hey man, she could divorce him. She could divorce him and get that bread, man.
Oh, true.
Hey man, listen. I have heard from a lot of different women that it's a lot of gay niggas out here, bro. Like it's a lot of men who are with them, but they like tranny porn. They like all that stuff, bro.
I told y'all my Uber story. I told y'all my Uber story on here, right? When
I think so.
I dropped.
Which one? You got like 10 Uber stories, bro.
When I dropped the dude off, it was like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
kiss the boy or something,
son, and just went in the house like, and just kissed his wife right away. I was like, ew.
So nice.
I wanted to beat the horn and be like, baby girl, get the fuck away.
Get in with me. Get in with me.
But they was white. They was white, so you never know. She might have turned around like, gave me the shoulder shrug emoji, like,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
No big deals. No big worries. No worries.
He probably don't sleep with her. He probably don't sleep with her for real.
It's disgusting, y'all.
Yeah, so it is.
No, but I mean, if you on that type time, do you really? I mean, we probably won't know, but I mean, like, do you even really on an everyday basis deal with a woman? You know what I'm saying? If that's you're really your choice, that's something you gotta force yourself to do for the most part, right?
On some Cory Booker shit though, yo. You never know, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be faking the front, yo.
Like, hey, look, let's be real. Can I talk real?
So hold on. I'm gonna say something real quick though before you go. Experience in life, it's hard to get your dick hard when you don't really want to deal with a woman. That woman. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to get up.
Flush, they got pills for that, yo.
Oh, well,
no, I know what he's saying. I know what you know.
I hear what you're saying, bro.
If that connection ain't there, once that connection gone,
I hear you, but them pills don't matter about connection. The pills don't care about connection.
Yeah, you can just pop a pill and be on.
Right.
But listen, them niggas don't want pussy, so that's why their dick don't get hard. and they
But
need
you
to
gotta
stop.
get your but to convince your wife that you're not that
Yo,
But
not
they
nothing
shouldn't
going
be
on.
doing
You
that.
you're coming from a different place right now, yo. I know couples who ain't got it in 5 or 6 years, bro. You coming from a different place. I know that.
Yeah. You figure if you deep into your marriage, like bro said, it's couples that
Dog, I'm not trying to hear that shit, dog. I
They
don't
will
give a
go
fuck how
like
long we together.
like
I met
once
somebody
a
that
quarter,
went 3 years.
like once a quarter, like once a quarter.
And live with
I can't do
their spouse 3 years. Live with their spouse. Yeah.
No,
I can't do
it was,
that. I can't live my life like that.
they was married. You know, they lived together, and it was
Yeah.
3 years since they was intimate.
Somebody
Yeah.
fucking. They not
Listen,
fucking each other.
I can't.
That's
Somebody's
Listen,
fucking.
we don't need to be
they-
together because at the end of the day, it's like for me, it's like
This
Ain't
I
no
know.
way.
Corey Booker. This how I know Corey Booker don't fuck with no bitches because.
who is Cory Booker? He know. Who's Cory Booker?
Man,
Former governor of Jersey.
Hey, here's the thing.
Corey Booker got a
Rosario
catfish
Dawson,
body.
You go fuck with Rosario. Like out of all the girlfriends you've never had, you pick Rosario Dawson. Now I know what you're saying. Hey, she's a bad bitch. No, I mean I get that, but she's
Nobody.
like
It's something weird about her. Nobody's really claimed her. She's always been like
Definitely
a side piece.
overrated.
She always been a side piece, dog.
Yeah, she's not fucking.
No, listen, hold on, hear me out. Chris Rock. She a side piece, dog. Who she been with? And you know her to be with.
She was with. I know she was with Questlove for a little bit, and that died. That was it. But Corey Booker looked like
Are they still together?
A skinny dude up top.
She recently came out as she claimed like LGBT something.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
She fluid.
Right. She was like, I never said I was gay though, but like, come on, y'all. Y'all playing with this.
Women aren't gay. Lesbian gay women don't exist, and I'll get into that. It's a lifestyle that they adopt. Listen,
this nigga
they adopt.
Yo, we never gonna get a sponsor.
We might gotta stop. We gotta stop him. You gotta stop him now.
Yo, we never gonna get a sponsor.
Now. He's gonna now. He's shooting every time down now.
Women are the real fluid. I'm finna put something out. Women are the real fluid sexual creatures because when they put their pussies together, they don't ejaculate. They're not really having sex. All they're doing is licking on each other. They're not really having sex, bro.
Pause them, Neef. Yeah. Mute them, Neef.
I can't. That's wrong.
That's
we're not gonna get no sponsors.
They can do that shit. Listen, women are communal. They're supposed to be fucking communal. They're around each other like that. That shit don't matter. So they can say anything. They do it. Oh, I'm just doing shit today. Then tomorrow they married and pregnant. They can fucking do that shit.
A man, you can't. Ain't no
men can't do that because that homosexuality is real. It's real.
Okay, so is Tom Brady gonna lead the Patriots? Is Tom Brady leaving?
Hey, bro, that window just closed. That window just closed today. Like,
I think Tom Brady gonna retire, yo.
Yeah, the window closed today. Like the Titans gave Tannehill all that money.
Going to Tampa Bay don't make no sense. They just put the Mariota. They put the Mariota.
Mariota went to the Raiders.
Right.
He did.
Yeah.
The Titans crazy for giving all that money.
So it's Tom Brady.
They had to though. They had to.
It's Tom Brady. What do you think Tom Brady gonna do? Let's go around the horn.
He either gonna take a light deal in New England, or he can't retire now because he's already like he didn't waited all this time. It looks stupid.
He can retire.
So, he gonna take a light deal, or he gonna go to Tampa Bay. Or Tampa Bay, he gonna stink,
bro.
Because what's gonna happen is Jameis gonna get back on the field. Watch.
Chicago. I mean, not Chicago. San Diego is still a possibility.
I think the coach is what they really talking.
Why would you go there?
Because him and Frank.
Yo, he not going just to be playing for the sake of playing. Yo, he trying to go somewhere where they a quarterback away.
He's not going to Tampa Bay.
He not better than Brissett right now.
Correct.
Truth be told.
Tampa Bay not. You think Tampa Bay ready?
I don't. That's why I said LA.
Nah, nigga, the window closed today.
The Chargers.
I just think he's not gonna stay in New England. I think it's just over.
I think he's gonna retire, man. I think he gonna just say, "Yo, I'm done." Because it ain't no. If you don't win it, don't.
He should. He should quit. He should stop.
He's the greatest of all time.
Of all time.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
I'm not watching football no more. Fuck that shit. I'm about to say fuck basketball too. I want to say the Texans are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Bill O'Brien, you a bitch. You a straight hoe ass motherfucker. You dumb. I don't even want to see you out in the streets. Nobody want to see you out here. You a whack. Texans whack. How the fuck you give up one of the greatest goddamn receivers in the league? Y'all dumb. They're fucking dumb.
There goes the NFL endorsement. Neef right off the door.
Hold on. But the twist is though,
they racist anyway. Fuck them.
that man that put up all. I mean,
yeah, all
what
pro.
I said he is. But I said something to my man Chuck today. I said of the top receivers in NFL history, when we talk about the top ones, how many got Super Bowls?
I mean, but that's not really a wide receiver. You can't really give win shares.
Okay, let me ask you. The greatest quarterbacks of all time. How many got Super Bowls?
Dan Marino don't have none.
Okay, besides him.
Jim Kelly don't have none.
Jim Kelly top 10? I don't even think Jim Kelly top 10 quarterback all time. You think so?
He up there. He in the top 20, top 15.
Okay, but I'm talking about the top 5 receivers besides
John Elway. John Elway wouldn't have had nothing to wait for Terrell Davis.
The top 5 receivers besides who? Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Are we saying D-Hop is a top 5 receiver all time?
No, what I'm saying is
he's saying like you number one receivers.
Top receivers like don't. Yeah, right. Okay, you can have number one receiver, not one.
Yeah, but you gotta think, Neve. Most of the time, your top receiver they on a bad team because they throwing the ball fucking 30 times to that.
Right.
Nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the receiver fault. His job is to produce and catch the ball.
Well, what's coming out now is the fact that it's not even about that. Him and O'Brien and him and the Texas organization have been bumping heads. That's what's coming out.
Yeah, but O'Brien is doing too. First of all, you don't have your coach as the GM. That's just stupid. They don't.
But that team need a. Hold on, Belichick is the GM. I'm just saying. Andy Reid is the GM. I think.
Andy Reid not the GM.
But he's damn near the GM.
That's part of the problem that they get these dudes GM power and they ain't earn shit. They just regular dudes. They fucking
you talked about you mentioned 2 great coaches and then Bill O'Brien.
No right. But what I'm saying is this though.
You're right. You're right, Neef. I mean, you're right because a lot of people got dual power. All of the pushback I'm saying is they don't. Not only they don't deserve it, they're not good in that spot. That's why they do shit like trade away a D-Hop.
Right.
But when you are how many points?
No GM in Texas.
How many points were they up against?
26.
Right. And what didn't they have against Kansas City? A run game. You can have 3 receivers. You got.
They just got an old ass running back.
Passing game to get your run game.
Yeah, they just got an old ass running back.
Picking running backs out the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round.
They lost the game because they're fucking trash.
You can get.
They could have won.
The bull ball for Kansas City or what round pick? How many number one? I mean, it's number 1 picks. Don't get me wrong.
You caping for
10 pounds away from
Bill
being
O'Brien?
able to got that going.
Are you caping for Bill
Being
O'Brien?
a fucking NFL.
No, what I'm saying, no, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, how much money do and he about to get his 3rd? And another thing they're saying is Hopkins wanted the new deal, and he going his 3rd contract. Right. At the end of the day, like you said in the group text, is you got to pay the horse, and the horse is
you gotta pay D. Watson.
Right, you gotta pay him. You can't pay him and pay. Think about it. They didn't pay man who went to Seattle, the defensive lineman or linebacker, outside linebacker. They ain't pay him.
Only thing I can think of is that
it might be a shrewd move.
Only thing I can think of is they trying to get
top 5 quarterback.
Only thing I can think of is that the draft that we may or may not have
is strong at receiver. Yeah, very strong. And you got a second round pick that's damn near a first round pick. It's like top 5 second round. So
but see with football, that pick shit with football is crazy because it's like
that's the NBA too. The NBA sports when you
NBA them dudes.
Hold on. Okay, it's a perfect example. The coach just got the defensive lineman from San Fran. They gave the 13th pick for him. Yeah. What would you do? You giving up?
They taking a quarterback. San Francisco gonna take a quarterback.
Whoa, you think so?
Yep.
We ain't even talking about that. You gave up a 13th pick for a defensive end, or he can play a couple positions on the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you go to established player, or do you risk taking that 13 pick?
Me personally,
with a
I
rookie?
look at like a team like the Ravens, who always kind of go towards established players in the league. That pick shit is like, it's hit or
I'm
miss.
asking
Like,
pick of the draw,
it's
yo.
50.
I'm asking you right now, the dude that they took from San Fran, who's a horse, but they had a hell of a defensive line.
Yeah.
For the 13th pick, you think it's a good trade?
Yeah, I think it's a good trade for both teams.
Right, because at the end of the day, they had too much defensive line. They couldn't pay all them anyway.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying. Like they had like that was a good trade.
That traded.
Yeah, what was in Buckner?
DeForest Buckner, the defensive tackle.
Yeah, he a monster. Yeah, but they got like 4. They front 4 was crazy anyway. You can't pay all. And they was all going to be. They was all going to be. You was only have to cut a check for them. So you gotta. So if you got D Hop and his contract, D Hop 29. I'm not saying D Hop not gonna ball. I don't really think. I don't know if the young boy.
Bro, if Tua fall, I think San Francisco looking at it like this. If Tua fall, which he may or may fall out that top 10, if he's sitting there at 13, you take Tua.
But no, let me ask you this though: do you think the young boy in Arizona ready with his arm to feed the receivers he got?
Yeah, it wasn't his arm; it was the offense last year. That offense.
Right, but do you think he right? But do you think he ready to?
He's a baseball player. He can throw like 75 yards.
I'm not saying he can't.
the Ravens for 300 yards. That's a good weapon for him.
Yeah,
right.
That's perfect.
I'm just saying, like, how many times have we seen a receiver go to a young quarterback and it don't be? Watson was special, young, and being able to do what he do.
Yeah, but you saw what Watson could do.
Well, we can't write off Kyler Murray.
I'm not writing them off. I'm just saying, if you're going to give him that same.
D-Hop was good on the drought quarterback that before Watson.
Yeah, with the bad edge, the sorry quarterback.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he gonna cover up a lot of deficiencies. I think that's an excellent pickup for the young fella.
Yeah, especially because he can move around just like Deshaun Watson.
Right.
But I think his presence might do more for Fitzgerald and Kurt more than his actual numbers.
Fitz just as fast as
But I don't think the years that Hopkins had in the Texans he's going to have with them necessarily. Even though he might be effective and help the team.
He might. So what are you saying, Neef? Are you saying that there's a silver lining there, that you're coming more so from like a perspective of an actual GM and thinking ahead, like, hey, maybe we need to drop this, do this, make these moves to get this kind of team, because you do got to pay Watson. That's your star. You got to have a quarterback. And I get your references as far as like if you look at the top 10 quarterbacks of all time, most of them do have a Super Bowl. They have rings.
When you think about it, if you draft a receiver right now in the second round, whatever, you're gonna get a 4-year rookie contract with him instead of paying Watson. I mean,
but we talking
Hopkins.
about Bill O'Brien.
Bro, hold on.
Competent
Another
decision.
problem they had, they couldn't protect Watson back there. Like, you got to take care of that line first. You can have every look. They had.
So why not get rid of Watt? Why the fuck are we still holding on to J.J. Watt? Broke ass.
Nobody want that contract.
No, why?
It's the NFL. Cut him.
Get him out of there.
They come see him.
Yeah, that's a good point, Cool.
That's a good point, Cool. He done did so much for that city. Come on now.
He the face. Like he the face of that franchise.
Come on, bro. He did a lot for that city.
So everything y'all saying to me right now is they don't want to win a Super Bowl. Like, that's all y'all saying to me.
Exactly.
No.
Well, if y'all happy with J.J. Watt being the face of the franchise, then don't talk about championship.
What I'm saying is, when you play that game, for example, like we talking about San Francisco and the fact that you can't pay off for them offensive linemen. The defensive linemen. So if you got everybody coming up for contract, you know you can't pay Buckner in 2 years.
Yeah, and
if you wait another year, teams gonna know you can't pay him, so they're gonna give you less. That's like the same thing what happened with New England. When New England could have got Jimmy and got 2 first-round picks and waited a year and knew they had to make a decision, and you get a second-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo.
But they knew he was trash. I think the Patriots knew he was trash already.
But what I'm saying is, when it comes to that point where as though people see it as a perfect example, just like we're about to see with Diggs, even though Diggs can't move because you got 4 years, so shut the fuck up.
Diggs wants to
say whatever you want to say.
Ain't nobody tell you bring your team up now.
No, I'm just saying.
You need to put your team up.
No.
Ask man in 2 years.
Diggs gonna be a Raven by next Friday.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: the cap hit. That's what I'm saying, bro. The cap hit is too crazy. The cap hit might be if you trade him, he's going to $9 million against the cap. We not doing that, nigga. You better get it the fuck together. Ain't nobody letting you go for that. You got 4 years on your contract. You're not moving for that. And
He'll be a Raven. He'll be a Raven.
He's not going nowhere.
Your man's a bum.
Crazy.
Your man's a bum. He raping the league.
Oh.
Your quarterback.
Oh my goodness. Yo, whoever his agent should get a fucking Nobel Peace Prize.
Here we go with Rel again. Here we go with Rel. Last time I checked,
cool.
He went out the same round.
He just read up, cool. He just read up for another 65 of them things.
You got 2 years.
Guaranteed.
Right, exactly.
Cool, guaranteed.
Last time I checked, we all went out the second round.
Bro, another 65 of them things.
Oh, I'll be mad if I was Stephon Diggs too.
That got nothing to do with Stephon Diggs. What they got to do with Stephon Diggs? Stephon Diggs got his money.
How
ain't like
they
he waiting for a check.
Yo, Neef, they drafted Stephon Diggs. He ain't like Kirk Cousins ain't even a home product.
Yo, what do you mean? Did you not get your money? He's paid like a top 5 receiver.
No, trash, yo. Why you
Stephon Diggs not paid? Hold on, we talking about Stephon Diggs in his pocket. Stephon Diggs ain't paid like a top 5 receiver.
It don't matter if your bum ass quarterback on his back. So what?
That's what taking it. The guy who's laughing likes the Jets. We don't even know what the fuck y'all doing. Okay, you're quiet now.
Chill.
You're quiet now. Okay, now shh.
We keep him Robbie Anderson.
Now, shh. Now. You're chilling, so I'm gonna let you rock. Well, last time I checked, your boy, last time we seen him, he was on his back throwing a lot of picks. So you shut the fuck up too. Thank you. Okay. What you mean who I'm talking about? Last time how many men you got?
Who you talking about throwing a lot of picks? What are you talking about?
He ain't throw no picks. He ain't had no turnovers.
Cut it out.
Did I ask you a question?
Cut it out. No, your man throw real picks. My man
you quiet now.
Dropped the ball
and guess what?
And give up picks. There's a difference.
Guess what?
Your man was throwing real picks. He threw the ball to me. I was at home. He threw the ball to me.
Did y'all go to the conference final? No, you was at the game, Saudi. Did you go to the conference? Did y'all go to the conference finals? No. Did my team go to the conference finals? No. So guess what? We in the same boat. So guess what?
We're not in the same boat.
Shut the fuck up.
We not the same. We not paying $100 million for we not paying $100 million for a non-MVP, non-anything. He ain't won shit.
Did he get the bowl?
Ever got above 500?
Yo, regular.
Did he got the bowl? He did get above 500.
He's regular.
All right, Jordan. Your guy below Jordan. Your guy won 3 games last year. Come on, don't do that. All right.
Sam Darnold.
Now, back to you, Ro.
What's up?
Back to you. Last time I checked, guess what? Your man won the MVP. He ain't win no Super Bowl.
It's okay.
He didn't make it to the conference final.
Your man ain't never gonna be the MVP.
Second year.
Okay, all right. It's even here nor there.
Oh, it's here.
Hold on.
It's here and there. It's here and there. It's here and there.
Who's your backup quarterback?
RG3.
Do we remember that story? You remember how that played out?
What story?
So don't count your chickens.
What story are you referring to?
Talking about he a second-year player.
What does that mean?
Nothing. There's been boys who balled 2 years and wasn't shit after that.
Why are you caping for that white man, yo?
Who? Oh, yeah, so white.
RG3 wasn't never the MVP of the league.
Damn, man.
No,
RG3 balled out.
MVP
he damn sure ain't got that going. Lamar Jackson, cut it out.
And he damn sure better than Kirk Cousins.
Yo, I swore I told you to be quiet, George. I swore.
You know your man is better. Say Kirk Cousins better than Lamar Jackson. Say it right now in front of the world.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Last time Jordan been to the playoffs, Mark Sanchez was the quarterback. Last
time. You with the re-up,
please? Yeah, that's the question.
I feel like.
Oh.
No. I don't feel like he's the whole. I don't think he's the whole problem. I feel like listen. I feel like they're loosening up some money. Let's see what they do with the money. I'm not ready to. It's the first day of what's the name? I'm not ready to.
Yo, that man got two All-Pro receivers, bro. A Pro Bowl, 1,500-yard running back, 1,500-yard running back. He the weakest link every Sunday.
Your man's the weakest link.
No. Where are teams built? Where the strength of your team should be?
In the trenches.
Your offensive line and your defensive line, right?
Yeah.
Offensive line was terrible, bro.
Cook ran how many yards?
Because of the scheme, bro. They got that scheme. They got what's his name in there? Cooper. What's his name? From back with
Now you're contradicting yourself.
So
what you mean?
So if my offensive line can get me 1,500 yards with my rusher, right? I got two All-Pro receivers. You telling me we can't score?
Now you watch football, so I know you're not stupid. I know you're very smart. It's offensive lines that can block for running that can't block for passing, right? It's offensive linemen that are good at rush.
That's
at
fair.
helping with
That's
the rush,
fair.
and
I
not
didn't
good at protecting the
see.
passer.
I didn't see. I
You're
didn't
a
see
smart
passing.
man.
I said that's fair, but
Some-
I didn't see pass protection problems last year.
I
Not that
definitely did.
bad.
I watched every game.
Not
I watched every
egregious like
game.
that. Not egregious
I
like
watched
that.
every game. Yes, the guard and the center, and the left tackle. Terrible. We only got two. I feel like offensive linemen that I would keep.
The whole squad trash.
So
Okay.
the move
Yo,
freed up.
if I didn't love you,
now.
if I didn't love you and I didn't know her, I would say your mama trash. But I love your mama and she's the best. I would say nothing like that. But
That's
if I
pretty
didn't
funny.
love you and I didn't love her, I would say that to you. So be glad I know you and I love you and I love you. Hey, Mom, I love you. But if she wasn't who she was, okay. Let's talk about something else. Y'all want to piss me off and I'm not ready to have my rants. Let's talk about this Jay Electronica album.
What about it?
Hey, what's 50% of 100?
A 50?
Shit, because that shit is the
mid.
mid. That shit is the mid of mids,
Dog, first of all,
Hey, you know what that shit like? You know
how
that shit
you?
like?
My thing is, how you
I
make
got-
an album
I got
10
slightly-
years
I got-
late?
I got a slightly different perspective, but go ahead.
How you make an album 10 years late and then let another nigga cook you on your whole album?
Yeah.
first of all, how is your debut album net? Like, I'm listening, like, I didn't know. And what's crazy was, it's a point, it's something to the fact that it say Jay Electronica on every joint, but every song had Hov on it. So you were trying to hide, I guess, I don't know what the
They weren't hiding. You just wasn't paying attention.
because it say,
You
That's
wasn't
Jay.
paying attention.
That's a poignant point.
You
So,
wasn't paying attention.
tell me what I missed.
So for a week and a half, all you saw was Guru, Jay-Z, and Jay Electronica in the goddamn Kodak lens pictures, right? The streets was buzzing. None of this stuff was like a mystery, right? It was confirmed by my brother Weez, shout out to Weez, that like this was happening, but like that wasn't the first time I heard it, so it wasn't like.
So Weez told everybody, you the only one who knew.
Yo, Joe and was talking about it on the podcast 2 weeks prior to, and you listened to the podcast way before
No,
me.
you said,
Weez-
okay, you
Weez-
did
oh,
say
wait,
that
whoa,
Weez
whoa.
said something about
We
that.
still producing.
But you didn't
he
say
produced.
Hov was going to be,
Yeah,
you didn't say Hov going to be on the whole album.
Right. So what I'm okay, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I don't listen to Joe and them podcasts as quickly as you do. Not at all. I'm about 3 weeks back now. Right? So they brought it up and was talking about it on the podcast.
It wasn't, and they didn't say nothing like,
They did.
They said
Joe
no,
said, I'm
what
gonna
they
be
said
mad.
was-
They said what I heard was that Jay Electronica got heavy Hov features on there, and if it is, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna flame him. That's what Joe said.
no, that's
Yeah.
what Joe said the other day. What happened was,
It
they
wasn't
said,
the other day.
listen, bro.
Before the
Listen, 'cause
podcast
like you
came out.
said, I listen, bro. Like
Right.
you said, I listen. So please
you
don't
know-
do that, because I
So
listen.
you know what he
So
already said.
what Jay, well, listen, what he said was they didn't think it was coming. They thought it was bullshitting. They didn't think it was coming. They said, well, Hov is saying, or Hov posted something, and he was like, still, basically what Joe was saying was that they didn't think it was really going to happen. It's been all this time, and it's been times before when people said it was going to happen, it wasn't going to
You
happen.
talking about the
So
new
what
podcast
people were
or the thing?
saying,
That's what I'm asking you.
I listen to every week.
I asked you, what you're saying right now, are you talking
No,
about?
it was
podcast?
before it came out. Before they
Okay.
knew it was coming out of anything.
Right.
They said it happened, whereas though, because they called Just Blaze, and Just Blaze was like, yeah, it's about to
Yeah.
happen, but nobody knew
Right.
it was coming that soon.
Right.
Nobody knew it was going to drop when it dropped. Like,
Oh, I
when it
did.
dropped,
Yeah.
you might know a couple of days before that. So what
Yeah.
they were saying was, oh, it's just bullshit. So what Rory and I was saying was, well, Hov was saying it. So they were still like going back and forth on that aspect of things. Nobody knew. I didn't hear anything that said, oh, it's going to be 10 songs and Hov going to have 9 verses on it.
I knew it was supposed to be Hov laden. That I did.
So what, to me, it was sucker shit. How your debut album, this is your debut, your introduction. Well, we already knew who you are, but your real, first piece of work to ever go out, and it's heavy. You got nine
Why
songs.
did you
to go on it.
believe in somebody who took 10 years upon an album? Like,
I didn't believe
none of
in
this
anything.
seems sucker shit to me. You know what would seem sucker shit to me? If he did what he's supposed to do when Exhibit C came out. That came out in 2009. It's 2020. Exhibit C came out in 2009. It is 2020. That would have shocked me had he did it then. Now it doesn't shock me. All right, dog, we need to get your album out. I'm going to do songs with you. That's what it sounded like to me.
And he's another one of them niggas who's not from New York, who sounds like he's from New York. And I'm instantly turned off if I just have to tell you the truth. You're not from New York. You're from New Orleans. You don't sound like Currency or other niggas down there that can actually rap.
But it's a lot of niggas in New York that don't sound like New York niggas. Like a lot of them niggas sound like.
But Juice from the South. Juice coming from the South perspective.
I get them niggas a pass because that younger generation got on Southern music. That's just where they went to. That's where the sound is. This nigga Jay Electronica is old enough to know better. Like you're doing that fake shit, bro, and I can't fuck with it.
That was March the 9th, Guru, and he tagged Jay Electronica in it, right? March the 9th.
I mean, and then I'm tired. Listen. The Too Deep, like Jay-Z's doing what he do. Jay-Z doing what he's supposed to do. Like when Jay-Z's deep is still very relatable and like it's still very dope and you get it. Jay Electronica's like, sometimes they be trying to just be too deep, bro, and too fucking it's whatever, bro. It's good, it sounds all right. Jay did his thing. I can live without the record. He should have came out after Exhibit C. I think Jay Electronica is the biggest hype. He's like the chick. You know how you want to fuck this chick and you finally fuck and you're like, why did I fuck? Because it's
so he a tease. So he making a stallion.
Oh, wait a minute. He ain't making a stallion. He making a stallion hard, dog.
No, I'm not talking about rapping, but she known for teasing niggas and jumping on niggas' laps and grinding on niggas.
I mean, that's entertainment.
Let me get
like, cut it.
Let me get in there, bro. Let me get in there.
Hey, man.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you, cool.
Cool.
You hear me?
Nope, you're like far away.
Yeah, that album wasn't like.
That better?
No.
Nah, we said can't hear you, cool. That's cool.
That album was like, to me, it was like, that mid shit y'all said, yeah. And I wasn't hype about it at all. I didn't really know what to expect. You know, to me, he like a Cannabis almost. Just because you can rap and you can rap for 8 minutes don't mean you can make an album.
We can hear you now, cool.
Okay. All right, but so in general terms, like I mean to get deep, you know, because I actually took it there when you first listen, right? And I only gave that respect because y'all was, you know, just because Hov was on it or whatever. But when you first listen, it's not a commercial joint, right? So it's not really for radio consumption. Everybody can really probably all agree. But it's some things that stood out to me about the album. I'm a fan of saying that I believe, especially the greats, you know, we talked about the creativity part early in the podcast, but basically rappers are just poets, man. And so poets and poetry, and it just so happened to have music behind it, and y'all could tell, y'all know better than me. But what I found to be poignant is this: we understand that Louis Farrakhan pretty much disappeared on all platforms a few months back. We talked about it, you know, just in some way. And so the album opens up with Farrakhan voice, right? Booming records and all that. The first two joints, you don't hear Jay with Farrakhan saying stuff like, I asked the question, you know, who are the real children of Israel? Some heavy stuff, right? The black people of America, the real children of Israel, right? The choice of God, saying some real heavy stuff. And then in the second joint, like coming behind that. So what you see, you hear a lot of references, you hear a lot of 5% references, you hear a lot of Islamic references and things of that nature. And even Jay-Z in general, I think what we're hearing is some sort of spiritual elevation and growth. And I could go, you know, I ain't gonna get too deep in line by line, but it's some wild stuff that he really talking, because I actually read a lot of the lyrics like I would poetry. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's hard and like you can't fake and put no Nation of Islam stuff on no album. So I don't know what the proximity is there. This seemed like more than just like music for real. And you know, it just is. I mean, for what it means, I think, and where people go in their lives, it seems that you know that Jay Electronica and their relationship is more steeped in some kind of spiritual or some other kind of growth, more than just kind of music, I guess, or making music. So
no doubt, because you've never seen Hov go to that extent for somebody,
right?
And there's no benefit for him. I mean, I don't remember what it was. It might have been an album that Black Thought had not too long ago when Black Thought had a drink. It was basically just Black Thought rapping. So I mean, that's possible, and that's, you know, that can happen, and it's cool. I mean, I think it was more of the weight and that behind it, you know, for people just always wondering what it would be for him, and for it to come and that be it. I think was more of that hit home. I don't, like you said, I definitely feel you on that. There was definitely a lot of deep shit in there, a lot of you know, jewels in there, no doubt. You know, I just think it's the whole, you know, the bigness that came behind him being him. And what was the name of the drink, Ralph? Exhibit. What was Exhibit? What? Exhibit C. Right. Yeah. The bigness behind that, and not having an album in 10 years past, and you coming in and you poking your head in and dropping something, right? And then we waiting. I think it was more that. If that, like if Ralph said, if that would have came out to Exhibit C, then
this would be like your fourth album.
Right. 10 years, like you was one of the first people signed to Roc Nation.
Yeah. Him and Cole.
Right.
It's not
and
even
how many
like
albums is,
it is.
How many albums has Cole been in? How many albums is Cole in? 5? Maybe?
Easy.
I think this joint was just, Hov was like, we can't sit on this money no more. We either going to shit or get out the bed. This shit ain't going to sell without me on it.
He kind of said it.
Yeah.
It's a
hold up.
3-4 bars. He's kind of said exactly that.
Yeah,
it's
like,
more to it too.
Don't fucking shiny suit theory me after 10 years. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all showing a lot of love. I'm never listening to that shit again. I've already deleted it. And
that part,
Jay-Z dropped some of the hardest bars over the worst beat I've ever heard in my fucking life.
That part.
Nope.
Like, that's the part
you
that
let
I'm like,
this motherfucker produce his whole goddamn album and nobody said nothing. Somebody should have said, yo, chill. Just Blaze could have said something. You ain't fucking do one, or Just Blaze wasn't on there. He did none, right? You got a song with him and Swift. That shit was trash.
Like you make niggas wait. You make niggas wait 10 years for you to try to kick knowledge. Yo, we 50. We 40 years old. We good.
No, the one I'm gonna tell you the one thing that stuck out to me. The one thing that stuck out to me was a couple weeks ago. We was having a Drake conversation. Y'all told me Jay ain't rapping no more. Jay don't want to rap. I beg to differ.
No, you can't beg to differ because even though he rapped hard, it wouldn't be harder than a Drake album that came out right now. That's my point.
Yes, exactly.
That's my point. I didn't say Jay lost it and that he all like Abba-Zaba Uber-Duba. I'm just saying, what I'm saying to you,
Jay deserves.
You're switching. No, what I said was, what did I say? I said, y'all think Hov don't got some shit?
You said that.
I said that
Hov would cook Drake.
Right. He wouldn't.
Jay was not even worried about rap right now, right?
Jay would rather rap like this. That was the whole point. He don't want that shit that come with trying to beef with a Drake. He would rather make an album like this in his life.
That nobody gonna listen to.
I would say, like I said, the
bro, you have to realize
I wouldn't give you that.
I knew the album was coming. I knew the album was coming. Like that's my point.
He could say Inshallah on.
Bro, that's the kind of album you want to make. The thing that stuck out to me was, I said, yo, y'all act like Jay ain't still rapping. Y'all said, no, Jay not worried about rap.
That's not what we said, though. That's not what we said.
You changed the goalposts.
I'm going to start pulling up tapes on y'all.
I
said for a fact.
He don't want to rap beef with Drake. That's what we said.
That's what we said.
Yeah, we said he'll sit that one out.
And I said, y'all act like Hov ain't Hov.
Hov
not worried about rap.
You still not.
Hov not worried about rap.
He isn't. So
bro,
he just dropped 9 verses on the fucking album.
That nobody gonna listen to.
Nobody's gonna listen to it.
So just because he dropped
time out. Tell me what you didn't say. Tell me what I saved. Tell me what you have in your playlist off of that album.
Maybe a couple joints. I'm saying is...
No, motherfucker, now all of a sudden, maybe a couple joints.
No, I'm not talking about the album.
It's 10 songs.
What I'm saying is this. Y'all said, Hov ain't worried about rap. Obviously, that nigga his mind's still on some shit.
No.
That's all I said. I'm not saying what he put on.
Bro,
you think what he put on that was like a Jay-Z album?
Tier Hov? Like,
what I'm saying.
You think it was Takeover Hov?
Fuck no.
What I'm saying is, just because he put that on that don't mean you think that's all Jay got is that?
I'm saying this on the last podcast.
Answer my question.
I'm answering your question now. You listen to what I'm saying to you. And I'm going to say it now just so you can timestamp it. Right? Timestamp it. Hov don't want no smoke with fucking Drake, and Drake will body him today. That's it.
Yes, I agree.
That's it. I didn't say he was wet. I didn't say he was wet. I didn't say he couldn't rhyme. I just say he don't want it with fucking Drake.
Excuse me. You better not ever say nothing about me eating no ramen noodles. Was that a Michelob Ultra, nigga?
Yo, it's low in carbs, bro. Low carbs, bro.
Are you a racist white man? From
low in carbs, bro. That joint, listen.
Yo.
That joint, listen, dog. Them carbs low.
Are you a racist white man from Kentucky? Why the fuck are you drinking?
Who plays golf?
Bro, them carbs is low, bro.
Why you drinking Michelob Ultra, bro?
Them carbs is low, bro.
Yo, don't ever mention my noodles, bro. You drinking
Hey,
Michelob
listen,
Ultra.
I would definitely mention
Is Jay dropping some
get a
shit?
Get a Stella or Blue Moon or something.
Is Jay what?
Is Jay dropping some shit? Is he dropping science? Is he dropping lyrics? Yeah. But at the end of the day, do it jam. It like the jamability.
So you're judging Jay-Z off of Jay Electronica album.
No, I'm judging
Jay-Z off of Jay-Z bars.
Nigga, he on every record. That shit damn near his.
It's his record. Like he just proved our point that no matter how dope he is, because he's 50, and that's dope that he's doing this at 50. But guess what, nigga? Like every boxer, even the greats, they don't lose their mind, but they stamina it go down.
So if I said you said 34 years old, lost his producer step, you ain't. That's okay, right? Because this young cats out here 20.
It wouldn't be true because.
Hey, hold on, Juice. You got 5 kids, and you got a family, and you working at what's the name? So you ain't got your beats ain't on point no more because you got.
That's fair. That's fair.
But listen.
The goalposts again.
How is it?
Listen. Hold on. Can I speak on this? Can I speak on this? Because guess what I was doing when I was going in the studio producing the way I was producing at one time. The young niggas came and said, "Hey, that's cool, but that needs to sound like this because that's what's happening." And what do you get from that? You get the shit I've been putting out recently. You get hard 808s. You get a certain cadence, and that came from them. I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody has to upgrade. So I upgraded. I trained. I upgraded. I got there now. At my age, my time is getting limited. I understand that.
I'm not talking about necessarily you. I'm not talking about necessarily you.
No. But listen. No, it's a great. I'm glad you brought it up because now I get to talk to niggas that are my age and say, hey, guess what? You gotta train, you gotta get there, and your time gets short. Because when I'm 42, I just want to be like Coach K from QC. I'm signing niggas. I don't want to have to rap. I'm just doing it because it's dope. Because I know when I'm 50, I'm going to be like L.A. Reid. I'm going to be signing the next Charm God or the next young nigga. That's just how the game go. It's the game. So guess what? At 35, that nigga was still dropping questionable classic. Like people can say whatever, but he's still dropping classic. Like at that time to maybe 40, you still strong in the game. You've seen this from people. We're seeing this. But as time goes on, no, I'm not like NBA Youngboy. I'm not like the niggas that's really like, yo, they're setting different mark. I can admit that. So you would actually be correct. If it wasn't for the young niggas, the Suicide Squad, shout out to the squad, Sean, and them boys like that, you know what I'm saying, Kobe, young Cole, them niggas 19, 20, 18, and they taught me. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. I got to credit that to them. So I can admit, yo, the young niggas, I told the young nigga last night before I left the studio, I said, Sean, you're way better than me at your age than I was. He 19. He's way better than me than I was. Niggas gotta admit that. Drake is way better at his age than Jay was. You gotta admit that. He is.
So how old is Drake? So you agree with that too? So you're agreeing that
Drake
at 33 is better than Hov at 33. You agree with that, bro?
Yes.
I don't even want to talk about that part no more. Because it's useless. But Joe Budden said
it's
this.
True.
No. Joe Budden said this and this. No. Joe Budden said this and it stuck out to me. Hip hop is the only genre where anything else in the world, you don't say Mick Jagger because he's this age, he's lost something. Hip hop is the only genre. First of all, we've never seen a 50-year-old
Mick Jagger
rapper.
ain't putting out new songs though.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. We've never seen a 50-year-old rapper put out an album. We've never seen that. Right. This is uncharted territory. So for it to be said that because a man is that age, he can't do in hip hop.
No, he can do the old shit. He can do the old shit.
So that means when Drake is 50, Drake is 50.
I'm not sure which one of y'all said it.
I don't feel that way.
Because he's 50 years old. You said it. Because he's 50 years old.
I don't feel that way.
I said Juice.
I just said you.
Juice said because he's 50 years old, right, Juice?
No. What I was saying was he said in Presidents, like, look, dog, it was a good record. We're saying it's like he's doing stuff in hip hop that is new that we need.
You said because he's 50 years old.
His bracket is because he's putting out new music, his bracket is going to change. It's not the same because he's deciding he's not doing what Mick Jagger's doing. They're touring on old classical music that everybody still loves. Jay-Z is still putting out new music in contention with other music that's out, and that is a big task for his age group. Because you have to be relatable. I'm still relatable. Why? Because I still got Gucci. I still talk shit. I'm still doing shit. So a young nigga can be like, hey, that's the nigga I want to be. But Jay-Z is like, I want to be Jay-Z. Our group wants to be Jay-Z. So the shit is 35 to like 50. It shrinks. 35, maybe 30 to 50 is his target audience.
Right.
We're a little smaller. NBA's target audience is anywhere from 13 to 44. He has a larger market share. I'm talking business. I'm just telling you how it is. So it's like, Jay is still like, dog, do you know in the studio, dog, now I ain't gonna lie. I got young niggas right now asking about Jay-Z. I had to play all of Volume 2 because niggas was like, oh, Jay-Z ain't the GOAT. I said, let me teach you young niggas something. So I had to sit down and walk these niggas through albums, and they were like, whoa, like, don't get it fucked up. Like, niggas know that that's Jay, but his market share is not going to be the same. You got niggas arguing because they not judging Jay-Z off the shit we heard. They judging him off the shit that they hearing now on what's good. I had to go play these niggas imaginary players. I had to go show it, like, listen to this Jay-Z. This is the motherfucker y'all need to listen to. And then they got it. They're like, oh, but the beats is old to them. It's not the same. I'm just talking culturally, like, it's just different. But Jay is still Jay. He's setting the precedent. So what I'm saying is, when Drake drops albums at 50, you may have a larger market share because people be open to that in hip-hop. Hip-hop is still a new genre. When you talk about Mick Jagger and the Beatles and all that, we have to remember rock, even though black people created rock and roll, is becoming relatively older. It's something from the 50s. It's something from the 40s. So they're growing into the art. You're going to see older artists. This shit, rap is what, the mid-late 70s is young.
All right, let me ask y'all one more question. I got one more question to ask y'all because we about to end this thing. We've been in a little minute. And I want everybody to answer this honestly. So I want to go around the room and just want to see what y'all say. So, do y'all think, as an act, in the late 90s, Drake would have been able to be an artist in the late 90s?
Yes.
I need more than that. Why? What makes you say yes?
Just because he can, like, he got more of a comprehensive,
the whole package of Drake, not just music, just everything that goes on with him.
Yeah. I mean, what's the difference? What's the difference between Drake and Mace?
Mace was 90, 98, and 99.
You said 90s.
Yeah, it's a 90.
You pick it, didn't you? Come
No,
on,
I'm just
bro.
asking. Yo, just answer the question.
What part of the 90s? Like you
Yeah,
just
so
said
you
Mace
saying-
was
Regardless,
98,
regardless,
99.
No, but I'm saying, so
no. When Pac and them was alive, I'm talking about when in the midst of when
Mace was bigger than Mace was
when it was
almost as big
stronger.
as Pac though. At his prime, peak Mace was
I'm
big
done.
as Pac.
I'm done. And I'm not even a Pac fan. Did you just say Mace was as big as Pac?
Peak Mace?
Did he just say Mace was as big as Pac?
Peak Mace was as big as Pac at that time. Yes.
Oh my God.
In regards to popularity.
Okay, who next? Niggas still worship Pac.
No, I'm not saying overall. I'm talking about at the time in the peak.
No,
Mace.
I like Mace. I love Mace. And I'm not even the biggest Pac fan. But I know better than to say Mace was almost up there with Pac in popularity.
At that time?
I think he's
At
talking
that
about.
time.
I think you know how people have a sum up. Mason Diddy. That Mason Diddy shit was a sum up. I guess in a small sense, I can see what Jordan's saying there.
I'm talking about like peak Mace. I ain't talking about like a whole run. I'm talking
Mace
about peak
probably had
Mace.
the best 18 months in hip hop of all time.
Yeah,
I can
like
see that. I
yeah,
can
One
agree
of
with
them.
that.
You can't give me over
I'm
DMX
talking about
2
peak.
years was.
If you
Huh?
put, I'm talking about peak
I said
Mace.
18 months. DMX had 12.
So peak
DMX had more
Mace
than a little
was
bit.
just as
No,
peak
Mace
Mace was
had
popular.
98.
Whoa. When did Mace say no, dog? All he had was that double up ain't do nothing. Niggas want
Harlem World.
I'm talking
Harlem
about
World
before
ran for like,
Double Up, before Harlem World,
yo.
yo.
Harlem World
Listen,
ran for like
dog.
a year, bro.
Harlem World was 97. 98 DMX came and all that shit was over.
You're not hearing what I'm saying, yo. I said
I'm hearing
18,
what you're saying.
I said 18 months.
That's a year and a half.
18 months, right? So so Mace only was popping at Harlem World, maybe for you, not for me.
That's why I said
before that?
peak.
You talking about before that?
Yeah.
You talking about before that?
Yes.
Mace was everywhere.
You couldn't go nowhere and them niggas not play his flex freestyle.
Yeah, Mace
Niggas
Okay,
saying
you
bad boy
might get
this and
that.
bad boy that.
You might get
Over
that.
here was mad boy hits and mad boy track. Niggas saying bad boy
You might
that.
get
Come
that.
on, yo.
You might get that. You might get that.
I
How
am a
about the
fan.
next with the iceberg sweat?
So answer the
Let me
question. Just
hang
answer the
with a
question.
third of baguette.
Huh?
And in the late 90s,
about
Drake could have been.
He would have held his own against R&B cats and rappers.
Yeah,
You
that's
fucking
fair.
right. yes.
I don't think you giving Drake enough credit, bro. Like,
Bro, he
Oh,
would
this is
have
different.
bodied some
Times
R&B
was
cats,
different.
yo.
Times was
He
different.
would have
Times was
bodied
different.
some R&B cats.
That's why I said total.
You know what? You know what would have happened? We would have accepted singing people way before Ja Rule, right?
Yeah.
Way before 50 Cent Clown
you know what it take? You know what it take? It take them to be able to get the Drake. So who's to say Drake could have gave you that then? So you got to go through those things.
You
to
asked
even,
the question.
you put him in the
There you
90s.
go, moving the goalposts.
I'm just saying, no,
You put
and
him
I
in
sit
the
back here
90s.
and say, you know what? You had to have them to get to that.
Had
You
to
had to
have
have the jazz.
Yeah, but you
had to have
can't
the
bring
Ja
that.
Rules
You
and all
can't bring that into this because you
Drake
putting
Drake
in
now.
the 90s.
Drake
I
now
know, that's what
rapping
I'm saying,
then,
though.
he'd probably be better than all the niggas.
All right, I'm dead serious. This brother's talking shit. Episode 85.
Hey, I ain't even gonna hold you
All
up.
right.
Scorpion side B was shut a lot of shit down
Dog,
in the 90s.
dog, rapping
not
Drake.
playing with
Listen,
y'all.
rapping
Says the
Drake.
Neef don't
Rapping
listen,
Drake.
yo. That's the issue.
First of all,
That's
listen,
the issue.
dog.
That's the issue.
No, because
Rapping Drake.
Let me
Guess
tell you what
what?
Neef
Goes
just
to the
got on
90s
last
and
year. Let me
wins.
tell you what Neef just got on last year. So far gone.
You
You understand that?
Listen,
You understand that?
What you mean?
That's because I
understand that?
never. That's
What
because I
you
never
mean, bro?
You
listened to
understand
it.
that? So,
But guess what?
so you can't have a conversation with him about this from a place of not knowing. You
Bro, what you
understand
mean?
that?
Listen,
Bro, explain
You
that.
heard? You know what I
Don't-
mean? He
don't-
just
don't-
listened to it when they put it out.
Right, I didn't ever listen to it.
There we
That's
go.
neither here nor there.
Hey,
But listen,
that is
my
here
ear,
nor there.
listen,
That's
listen, my
the
ear,
joint banging in.
your ear not fucking with my ear.
I
I'm
love.
a
Are you
boring guy,
crazy?
so don't
Yo,
talk that.
yo, come on, yo.
Don't
Cut
talk that.
it the
Come
fuck out. Cut it out.
Yeah,
Cut
because
it out.
Kanye your favorite rapper. So
Cut it out.
relax.
Cut it out.
Relax.
Cut it out.
Relax.
Cut
you
it out.
know.
Cut
I
it
know
out.
rap. Come on, bro.
What
I
does
know,
that mean? Even if Kanye never
because
wrote
I'm
some
a
of the shit
bar
he
guy.
said,
I'm a bar guy.
you're not listening to what I'm saying
listen,
to you.
I hear you.
You're not
rap,
listening to
you
what
don't
I'm
know
saying
the
to you.
bars. I listen
You're
to
not,
bars.
you're
I
not
know the
listening to what I'm
bars.
saying to you.
I
You're
know
not,
the bars.
What bringing up Kanye have to
I
do
know
with
the
anything?
bars.
What does that mean? Tell me what that means.
Because
you
that's
do
your
it.
guy.
Since you
That's
do it,
your
right.
guy.
So then tell me what
So
that means.
that don't.
Tell me what
All
that
right,
means
so
because
cool.
you're not saying
All
that.
right, so cool. All right,
Because
so
it
cool.
make you look a little sussy when it comes
Tell
to
me,
talking bars.
tell me what that means.
You can't talk bars and that's your guy.
Tell me, what are you talking about? Tell me how.
What I just
Because
said.
Kanye don't have bars? Is that
No.
what you're saying?
He don't even write his
That's
own
because
shit.
you're not listening.
All right,
So,
ask Cool.
No, I
Get
do
Cool
listen.
opinion.
Time out. So if he don't write his own shit, then somebody write his own shit, right? So let's go ahead and give up one of the people who wrote the shit. Rhymefest. Rhymefest don't have bars. And I'll take it a step further. Saha don't have bars. I don't give a fuck who wrote Kanye shit. Somebody wrote it and they can spit.
Yeah, I get it.
What you saying? I don't give a fuck if you wrote Kanye shit.
Listen,
if it's bars, it's bars.
Cool, what you got for us, Cool?
I'm a bar guy.
Cool gotta say. Cool gotta say.
What you got for us, Cool?
You mad too? You mad too?
I forgot the question.
You mad too?
Hey,
Look, I was listening to a podcast. I was like,
me too. I'm like,
Hey, bro.
let these niggas go. I'm like,
your lips all dry. Drink something, man. You all mad?
No, I don't have nothing in here, yo. I'm good.
You need a beverage. You all mad?
Yeah.
You done got all worked up, screaming and shit.
This
Welcome
nigga
to my world.
chasing the Henny with a Michelob Ultra.
Would Drake have?
I'm not drinking Henny.
Yeah, Drake would have survived. Drake would have survived.
You trying to throw shots now?
Was that the question? Would Drake would have survived in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have survived because of the science of it all. Like, you know, again, when we talk about ear and creativity, he knows how to make melodies, and that's it. Like, it all matters. Only the music matters.
Yeah.
So whether he would have survived, because whether he penned music for white pop stars in the 90s or Justin Timberlake in the 90s or himself in the 90s, he'd have definitely cause he's a generation jumper like a LeBron James or anybody else, you know what I mean, that would be able to do it.
I'm just shocked by the amount of disrespect y'all be having for Hov sometimes. This be sounding crazy to me.
No, just being real.
Nobody disrespected Hov.
It do be disrespect. When you tell me drink and get him out of here.
Neef, that line, what's the line when he be like head tied, chilling with no makeup on? That would have worked in the 90s. As the same way it'll work in the 2000s.
On every yeah.
No, listen,
Like,
don't get me wrong. More nice. I just don't.
Because
I'm not
that's
so ready
women.
to-
Women, the first, like, I remember listening to So Far Gone, and Shay was like, who is this? Because he heard him spit that line. And I'm like, yo, this dude already tapped into the women off top. Like, that's how you get once you get them on.
Hello, Cool J shit.
That motherfucker freestyle over the Kanye joint.
So hold on. So you telling me? So
man.
when you consider who's the best, what do you put in? What do you put into what you would make somebody the best? What as far as rapping? What's your first? What's the first element?
I think
it's
like a comprehensive thing. You got like not to get too deep and make it technical, but you got to look at it like this. We all want to listen. We all want to listen to something that sounds good, right? So that's the first part. You know what I'm saying? As well as I think, and Lil Wayne said this the best. He was like, "Yo, the thing that attracted him the most to Drake was that he was clear and he enunciated. You could hear everything that he said, every word, every syllable, every vowel. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of what stands out to me about Drake is like, yo, you ain't really got to worry about figuring out what the fuck he's saying and all that. Like that's a huge part. Like that's a value.
Diction and tone, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
One more question. Let me ask you this. Like, let's say like with the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, and when LeBron had that run where he was in the finals every year, right? Do you look at when there's a lack of competition, or is there a lot of competition? Is there as much if when rap was a certain time in rap when it was like so many different guys.
Specific, yo, you can't. Say
okay, all right. Let's
rap,
say let's say before Pac and Big died, when you had Pac, Big and them alive, who you had all kinds of guys rapping. It was so many different guys. Can a lack of
that's a small window. That's a small window. Okay, right. So you gonna say 94 to 97?
Let's say 94, 97. So listen, in the same token as to when we had the Nicki Minaj conversation, when it was just Nicki and there's nobody else really. We already say and established that the other guys that we consider some of the greats of this time pop in here and there. They're not around as much as that. So can a lack of competition hyping up something more than, you know what I'm saying? Is that reasonable or no?
I wouldn't say so.
They just traded Diggs, Neef, by the way. They just traded Diggs to Buffalo.
Okay.
He definitely wouldn't say no bullshit like that if it wasn't true.
Listen, I'm about to check my Let me go check
Neef,
my joint.
you saying it ain't no competition now?
No, what I'm saying is it's not as competitive. I didn't say it was not no competition.
I wouldn't say that either.
I think it's more stiff right now than it's ever been. You got better artists right now than it's ever been, but we can't see that because we're taking in so much information. But I could tell you right now, we just lived through a renaissance from 2010 to now, and we're going into the second part. I think it's way better rappers right now than it ever would. Let's be honest. A lot of that shit, if you go back and jam it, that shit don't jam. Some of that shit is really not that good, but that's all we had. It was dope.
And
like
who's
some
good right
shit
now?
is good. Huh?
Who you call good right now?
It's a lot. I mean, I think the Baby is dope. I think Megan Thee Stallion is dope. I mean, Drake is older, but he go hard. You still got your J. Cole's. You still got your Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? You got this nigga named Turbo now.
Baby,
you got
the Baby could have lasted in the 90s.
Man, if the Baby was on No Limit, they would have sold more records.
The Baby is Busta Rhymes, bro.
Yeah, I mean the nigga go hard and he can rap.
The Baby is Busta Rhymes, man.
Now Busta Rhymes went hard. Busta Rhymes,
right.
Hey, now
that's all I'm saying. And he animated like that.
Busta don't get his flowers like he needs.
Busta rap. Busta really rap.
Oh, he rap.
If somebody A&R the Baby, he could hang, yeah.
This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 85. We not talking rap on the podcast.
You sound like an old head in the room.
You definitely sound like an old head in the room, yo.
Did y'all just hold on? So y'all gonna justify Cool saying
why
that
you
Busta
always
Rhymes,
take your ball? Why you always want to take your ball and go home?
Always, yo. Like he can record. Like he hit the button
right now.
This nigga be like, this is Brothers Talking Shit podcast.
Y'all just.
Did you see that I Need a Beat with some bop in the video? Look just like Keep Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. If you're gonna look at it, look at it now, I guarantee you that's the reference that'll pop in your head. I guarantee you.
He said that Busta Rhymes was like one of his inspirations.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Hey, listen, dog. TDE right now can out-rap Wu-Tang Clan right now. Like, look, take TDE and they prom.
Whoa.
Jordan, what's up, Jordan?
Listen.
What's up, Jordan?
Take TDE and they prom. And Wu-Tang and they prom, and you start getting Schoolboy Q and them boys, they can out-rap them, dog.
I'm telling you. Juice WRLD.
Now, Jordan, come on around, Jordan. What's up?
Juice
Wu-Tang and them on meth.
Dog, listen. Black Hippie,
it's not one rapper. It's not one rapper on TDE that can fuck with Ghostface. I'm sorry. I love Kendrick. He can't fuck with Ghostface.
See, you know what? Listen, Ghostface is hard. Ghostface. I know what you're saying. I know.
Listen, I've never disagreed with anything Cool Mike has said more than the Baby can be a Busta Rhymes. Like,
no, he's saying that's where his place is now.
That's his lane.
Hip hop.
Yeah,
that's his lane.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about rapping.
I'm not.
No, but you're not listening.
I'm talking about rapping.
You're not listening.
I'm saying.
You want me to be real?
Bro, he don't listen.
Let's switch it up. If you got a Busta Rhymes in his prime right now, that nigga would be eating, dog.
Yeah,
that nigga would be eating. Look, it's some niggas that came too soon. It's some niggas that came too early, and he one of them niggas.
Listen, I just when you
Busta one of them niggas.
Maybe how I taking things and how everybody else and people taking things differently. When I first think of somebody rapping, I think of bars. I'm thinking about the delivery. I'm thinking about what you're saying. I'm thinking about your creativity as an artist. How you the fly shit you say. That's the first thing I think about when I listen. That's the first thing I'm listening for when I'm listening to something. Of course you want the beat to be hot, and you know what I mean that's definitely important. But I'm listening to the bars. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm listening to are you challenging me mentally, creatively, like to catch on to what you're saying. I'm more intrigued by bars that take me months to catch. That's what I'm intrigued by.
So you don't think that Drake could do that?
I think Drake rap. I think Drake can rap. I don't think Drake would be demolished by anybody. But I don't think that I just feel like y'all when it comes back to the Drake and Hove thing, y'all are downplaying Hove to a certain extent. I don't think somebody with that capability, that skill set that we've seen for this amount of years, just at the age of 50 means that why can't
you keep bringing up his age?
Because Juice did. Juice brought it up first. But I just think that why can't that make you better or greater because of that than it being a thing against you?
I don't know the answer to that question. All I know is when I heard I got the keys, I was upset when Hov started.
Why are we not addressing rhyming off of Beat Hov right now? Like,
yeah,
I didn't like.
I didn't like his verse. I didn't like his verse. I Got the Keys.
It's not okay.
What was the other song he did with Beyonce?
What did he rhyme off beat?
I got the keys.
Nigga, that was one of the worst Jay-Z bars ever.
Hey, he's not in tune, dog. It's not his age, and I mean, I don't know how that got brought up, but it's not about age. How could you
listen to Fuck's Capacitor ever again in life? Right. How could you listen to it?
I don't understand why they did that. It felt like a Kanye West.
Listen,
I don't understand how you can listen to it. I'm listening to the NFL bars, and I'm like, oh shit. Why
Cool,
is
you almost killed me,
in the
Cool.
back of my fucking head? It might be some nigga in the background while Hov rhyming la 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 la, which is probably sound better than that shit. It's nuts. It is absolutely insane. I'm never listening to it again.
Hov think he still got it to where he can do that, and he can't.
When did he ever have to do it? That's my point.
We've seen Hov throw out some duds. Like it's sometimes where Hov then jumped on the joint and don't really give his all. If you listen to What We Do Is Wrong, What We Do Is Wrong, that verse wasn't.
He was rhyming on beat, and it was a great verse.
It was a cool verse. I don't feel like that was.
It was a cool verse.
It
was a cool verse.
That's still dope.
He gave like 8 bars, bro.
Even though What We Do Is Wrong, that's a cool verse. That's a cool verse.
So that's top what?
No, but you talking about cool? That joint. That's a legendary verse. That's a legendary verse.
I don't think he had I think Freeway and Sigel had better verses on it.
I didn't say it was better. I'm talking about when that joint come. The whole song is legendary, but when that come on, his verse come on.
But if Hov ain't got the best verse on there, I feel like he had the third best verse on there.
That's because Sigel was the better rapper.
Reservoir Dogs? Like, what's that mean?
No, Reservoir Dogs is one of them. Hold on, Reservoir Dogs is one of them.
Sigel got the best. Sigel got the best verse of Reservoir Dogs. Not Your Man Kiss. I'm not even holding.
I might say Sauce Money.
I
might say Styles. I might say Styles
all day. I'm going Sauce all day.
It depends on what day of the week it is with Reservoir Dogs.
I don't think we playing down Hov either. What we just saying is, I think it's like this. Muhammad Ali at 50 couldn't get in the ring and do what he was doing at 20 to 25, 30. Whatever. I'm just being honest. And I'm just saying, like, sometimes now listen. Now, Neve, let me say something to you. Here's how time elevates. Look at LeBron James. When I was growing up, a nigga 34, 35 had to get out the league. Right. This nigga still doing great shit. So what that's saying is age isn't a factor. It's becoming less and less of a factor.
This nigga still 34 getting out the league. He's just special.
But everybody. But I'm saying even the special niggas back then, like they had a time where they didn't have the stuff afforded to them that we now have. So when Drake is 50 and he put out his album, because he will, it's gonna be awesome because we learn from the niggas that go before us. The reason why Jay-Z shit ain't hitting is because he out of touch. He didn't get the producers. He's not going. Nobody gives a fuck about Guru mixing your record no more. Nobody cares about Just Blade. That's not they don't care.
You know how weird it is for a 50-year-old man to be sitting in the studio with a whole bunch of 20-year-olds. He's sleepy. Y'all gotta keep him up and shit. Like, he 50.
But listen, if you want the sound,
he gotta do that.
He gotta, and you know what? Hov on that sound is probably gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna go. But he got a wife. He like Beyonce gonna call him. He can't be out until 3:00 in the morning. That shit ain't gonna fly.
He could do it. He could bring him to him.
Cool. I don't know. Cool. He got a history. He might can't do the whole babe. I'm gonna be at the studio till 5.
He can bring them to him. You know what I'm saying? He can bring them to him.
What? She not gonna let them fools in the house smoking weed? Listening to the music all loud, cool.
Man, Beyonce smoke weed. She probably gonna be in there smoking weed.
Right.
She smoke.
Right. Oh no, she be big high them Warriors games during the finals.
Man,
She's high
be smoking.
See that meme? She high as shit in one of the memes. She be.
Oh yeah, the one where she
rocking back and forth.
When she looking side to side. Yeah,
that's how she look, bro. That's how her eyes is.
Nah,
eating Popeye's chicken.
That's how she looked, dog.
He eat that Popeye's
chicken. Sneaking marijuana. He said it.
She was like that as a teenager, looking like she wasn't even paying attention.
He brought her out there.
Hey, look, dog. All I'm saying is,
yo, he did, yo.
Who?
They did trade Diggs.
He said it. He wasn't fucking with you.
You ain't believing.
Jordan wouldn't play like that. Like, that ain't funny. Like,
damn, we got a lot of cat room now.
If he was mad about a quarterback missing him, wait until he get a load of Josh Allen next year. Yo, come week four, he gonna be so mad.
When do you talk that shit and you get Simpson with niggas send niggas to Buffalo, the Ravens?
And Buffalo not bad. It's just that if Diggs start, bro, he's
Buffalo's gonna win the division next year. What y'all talking about?
Time out.
Listen, his favorite receiver is Brown.
Here you go.
His favorite receiver is Brown. He love Brown.
Yeah, but that's all he got.
I gotta go, man.
Hey, I gotta go too. I gotta wrap up.
It's the longest podcast we ever recorded.
Yeah, we needed it. And it's gonna be more since we on lockdown.
All right, listen, I'm gonna let one of y'all end it because I don't want to end it and seem like I'm trying to take my ball and go home. So one of y'all go ahead and
you do it in the middle of the podcast.
You do it in the middle of us, goddamn, getting to the shit, and you be ready to, since you can't goddamn get up with nobody. Like, I'm ready to go, y'all.
This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 85.
Yo, hold on, Juice.
We love you.
Hey, Juice. Don't take my shit, Juice. Hey, just don't take my shit. Nah, that was good, though. Nah, listen. Wifey texted me like...
Go ahead, Nene, dog. You got to do it, bro. We ain't going to let you do that. Go ahead.
This is brother. Yo, first of all, I love y'all, man.
I love you too,
great podcast
bro.
again. If somebody don't get worked up, then we ain't doing it right.
Nah, we ain't doing it.
That's just passion. So
for real,
please, world, know that we love each other and it's all love, no matter how it goes.
Right. I'm calling you first thing in the morning. Right. Like,
don't call my phone.
I'm calling your
phone.
Trying
to sleep in.
Oh man, fuck out of here. I'm be up. I got work.
No, they
traded
Diggs.
We got work.
I don't gotta work.
I'm working. You working?
No. Okay, that's what we doing.
That's exactly what we doing.
Hold on. Is that how we living our lives?
That's exactly how we living our lives.
Say less. You will get a call every day at 4 o'clock. I swear to God, on everything I love.
Come on, bro. I'm a businessman. You know my phone is off. My phone don't come on at 9 o'clock.
Yo, we got a first round pick. All right, no, this serious. Brother Talking Shit, episode 85. I'm out.
All right, out. Love y'all.
Later. Yeah.